Chapter 602. When they arrived at Feng Shanshan and Tang Yan's courtyard, Feng Shanshan rushed out of the car. Seeing that they were so anxious, Su Che said to Mu Qiqi, "We have to wait, right?" Mu Qiqi immediately laughed. "Su Che, you really understand me more and more. Who else could make Feng Shanshan so anxious?" She seemed to be carefree all day long, but her actions at this moment had completely exposed her inner thoughts. In less than 10 minutes, Feng Shanshan packed a bag of things and walked out of Tang Yan's house. She found Mu Qiqi's car was still parked outside. "Where? Give you a ride?" Feng Shanshan gritted her teeth. This person was definitely doing it on purpose. "It's rush hour right now. By the time you get a cab, it'll be half an hour later. Can you endure such torture?" If Tang Yan had not driven the car out, she would not have to ask Mu Qiqi for help. Unable to overcome her worries, Feng Shanshan carried her backpack and got into Mu Qiqi's car. "You're collecting things that belong to men. To be precise, the place you just entered is a man's home. You already know the answer." Feng Shanshan rolled her eyes at her. "Don't you have the keys to Officer Tang's house? What are you talking about? He's injured and still lying in the hospital. Can't you hurry up?" Feng Shanshan was furious. Mu Qiqi smiled when she heard that. "You should have been so straightforward earlier. We're almost at the entrance of the hospital." Su Che's driving skills were not just for show. He was very fierce. Mu Qiqi had seen it once. Was today the second time? When they arrived at the hospital, Feng Shanshan immediately jumped out of the car and went straight to the inpatient department. "Wait for me for a while. After all, Officer Tang is someone I know. I'll go and visit him," Mu Qiqi said to Su Che. Then she got out of the car and chased after Feng Shanshan. When she arrived at the door of the ward, there was no one else. Feng Shanshan calmed down for a moment before knocking on the door. Soon, Tang Yan's deep voice came from the room. "Please come in." Feng Shanshan pushed the door open and entered. Her heart sank when she saw Tang Yan's entire upper body wrapped in gauze. Tang Yan did not expect Feng Shanshan to come. He was stunned for a second and said to her, "Have a seat. I brought you some clothes and toiletries." "No, I won't be staying here for long," Tang Yan replied calmly. "I don't think I need these. Where's the professor?" Feng Shanshan asked when she saw Tang Yan standing there alone. "I told him to go back. He keeps nagging at me. It's very annoying. So no one took care of you." Tang Yan understood the meaning behind her words and said, "I'm used to it. What she means is that she can stay." I'm afraid Officer Tang didn't understand what she meant. At this moment, Mu Qiqi rushed into the ward and smiled at the two of them. "You're here too." A certain someone hurried home to pack your things and rushed over. "That's why I followed." Mu Qiqi smiled. "Are you going to die if you don't say anything?" Feng Shanshan was a little embarrassed. The two of them were just bedmates. She should not have crossed the line. However, she heard that he was injured and knew that he had no relatives. That was why she had possessed the Mary Sue. But now, she felt that he did not need it. "I've sent the things to you. You should rest well. I'll take your car back." After Feng Shanshan said that to Tang Yan, she gritted her teeth and said to Mu Qiqi, "It doesn't matter." Mu Qiqi shrugged. Tang Yan glanced at Feng Shanshan subconsciously. He did not say anything and did not ask her to stay. When the two of them were about to leave, Tang Yan texted Feng Shanshan, "I'm hungry." When Feng Shanshan saw the text, she actually laughed. But Mu Qiqi did not see it for a moment. "Send me to the class reunion," Feng Shanshan said to Mu Qiqi. Mu Qiqi looked at Feng Shanshan suspiciously. She felt that she was suspicious. "Actually, you with Officer Tang, right?" Feng Shanshan was speechless. "Although the two of you acted as if there was nothing going on, I could smell the same scent coming from the two of you. There was also a very strong adultery. You can tell. Why are you still playing with me?" Feng Shanshan glared at Mu Qiqi. "You're so free. How far have you progressed?" "Far from you and your Xingda CEO. We're just enemies. Let's not talk about feelings. Are you satisfied with the answer? Can you let me get out of the car now?" Feng Shanshan was about to push the door open. However, Mu Qiqi still said something. "You're alone, and he's also alone. If the two of you are together, be good companions. After all, he's in a high-risk job. He might lose his life on the front line one day. If you really want to have a result, don't waste too much time. Otherwise, it'll be too late for regrets. Love doesn't wait for anyone. You're always preaching. It's really annoying. Of course, Feng Shanshan was just saying it. With Mu Chi-Chi to control her, she felt that she had one more sister. Mu Chi-Chi smiled and did not continue. Aren't you leaving? I'm going home too, okay? After all, she had not thought of a way to give away her ring. Feng Shanshan got out of the car and closed the door. Then, she quickly ran back to the hospital. Standing at the door of the ward, she bent down and asked Tang Yin, "What do you want to eat?" Tang Yin looked at her calmly. After a long while, he said, "You." This time, the joint investigation was related to drugs. Those gangsters were outlaws, and they were armed. He was shot in the shoulder while trying to save a pregnant woman. Blood splashed on his face. He had fought with death so many times, but he had never been afraid. Anyway, he was alone. Saving one was one. Even if he had to sacrifice himself, it was not a loss. However, at that moment, his mind thought of Feng Shanshan's face. This bad woman not only did all kinds of bad things, but she also stole his heart. When Feng Shanshan heard that, she looked at Tang Yin, and Tang Yin looked back at her. Their eyes met. In fact, they knew very well that once they were involved in something, they could not let it go. When Mu Chi-Chi returned home, Shang Xiao was taking a shower. Seeing that perfect figure in front of her, Mu Chi-Chi tried hard to control herself. "Suche took you for a ride. It was quite fun, huh?" Hearing that magnetic voice, Mu Chi-Chi felt her whole body go numb. She instantly jumped onto Shang Xiao. "I'm happy for Feng Shanshan. Are you happy when your enemy is happy?" Shang Xiao held her little butt and shook his head helplessly. Some people seem to be enemies. Mu Chi-Chi hugged Shang Xiao's neck. "Officer Tang is a hero, right? Feng Shanshan is also half a beauty, so we're a good match. Then what am I in your heart?" Shang Xiao could not help but tease the little one. Mu Chi-Chi thought for a moment and answered seriously, "Glory." Chapter 603. Mu Chi-Chi hung on Shang Xiao's body and said, "Help me take it off." In Shang Xiao's eyes, Mu Chi-Chi was a completely spoiled little thing. However, she would only show such a naive look in front of Shang Xiao. Shang Xiao was willing to dote on her. After the shower, he said to the little thing, "I'll be home late these days. You're on holiday. Be more obedient at home. Okay?" "What happened to Zhongting?" "I met some malicious competitors, but it's not a big deal," Shang Xiao replied. "I've never failed in the business world." This was the confidence that Shang Xiao should have. Mu Chi-Chi kissed him on the cheek and said, "Then don't throw Su Che at me. I'll go to the police station and think of a way myself. I'll only be at ease if Su Che follows you." "Suspecting your man, huh? I've never doubted you. I trust you more than anyone else. However, worrying is another matter. I can't control it." Shang Xiao carried Mu Chi-Chi and brought her out of the bathroom. "Did you put honey on your mouth?" However, what Mu Chi-Chi did not know was that Shang Xiao was not dealing with some rich second-generation tycoon. Every one of his opponents now had an unimaginable background. The hospital was especially quiet late at night. The professor was supposed to come, but Tang Yin refused to see him. If he came, he would not be able to rest well. Tang Yin only knew that he had a nurse to take care of him. It was more useful than being an uncle in the hospital. The professor thought about it and felt that what Tang Yin said made sense, so he did not disturb him and let him rest well. Feng Shanshan looked at the man lying on the bed and thought, "This man is full of merits." Feng Shanshan was lying by the bed. When Tang Yin woke up and saw this woman, he felt at ease for no reason. He was used to being alone for half his life. He had never thought that there would be someone who would make him so worried. Feng Shanshan felt that someone was watching her, so she propped herself up and looked at Tang Yin. "What does it hurt?" Tang Yin shook his head and said, "The moment the bullet pierced my shoulder, I only thought of one thing." "What?" "It would be great if I could sleep with you again." Feng Shanshan was speechless. In the future, if anyone said that this man had no EQ, she would be angry with them. This man was so good at flirting. "When you're better, you can't sleep here. You should go back." Tang Yin looked at Feng Shanshan and said seriously, I don't need you to stay by my side. Do you think I want to? What do you expect me to get a taxi in the middle of the night? Are you sure you want me to go back alone? Feng Shanshan was angry for no reason. This man had just messed you up, and now he was pouring a bucket of cold water on you. Is it because you can't go, or do you not want to go? Is there a difference? Feng Shanshan asked. Tang Yin was stunned and did not speak for a long time. After a long time, he moved half of his bed and said, Come up. Feng Shanshan looked at the wounds on his body and really did not dare to lie with him. As usual, I'll sleep on the sofa. You don't have to worry about me. This girl had a stubborn temper, and she would explode at the slightest touch. In the past, she used to go out and fool around, and she even had a rich second-generation boyfriend. In fact, she even had an abortion. She had done something that most girls did not dare to try. She should be the object of men's play, and they would definitely avoid her when they got married. However, for some reason, the more Feng Shanshan was like this, the more Tang Yin wanted to hold her in his palm, hurt her, and CK her hard. However, the more he thought about it, the more he could not force Feng Shanshan, because once she found out about his feelings, she might run away without a care. Tang Yin looked at Feng Shanshan, lying on the sofa and curled up into a ball. He did not force her, but looked at her naughty face for a long time. She really needed to be taught a lesson. The next day, the first day of the holiday, Mu Chi just wanted to know what was going on in the hospital. So she went to the hospital early in the morning and bought breakfast for the two of them. When Feng Shanshan saw her in the ward, she had just woken up from the sofa. My Mrs. Sheng, it's only 7 o'clock in the morning. Aren't you here too early? I'm afraid that you'll be hungry. Aren't you grateful? Mu Chi winked at her. Anyway, there are no cases at the station now, and we're on vacation. Isn't it good for me to come and see you earlier? You're here to see me make a fool of myself, aren't you? Feng Shanshan combed her hair with her hand. At the side, Tang Yin sat on a hospital bed and looked at the two of them. Go back. Uncle will come later. So you were here last night? Mu Chi smiled. Look at you. You don't look like someone who can keep watch at night. You don't know how to take care of people at all. You know, after saying that, Feng Shanshan went to the bathroom to wash her face. Then I'm really leaving. Okay. Tang Yin nodded lightly. Looking at the two of them, as if nothing had happened, Mu Chi suddenly became curious. So, when she left the hospital with Feng Shanshan, Mu Chi asked, Now, no matter how I look at Captain Tang, I don't think he's a good man. At the mention of this, Feng Shanshan was angry. He's a beast, a naked beast. Tell me about it. At the mention of this, Feng Shanshan was a little discouraged. Although she knew that she couldn't pursue a person's past, when she thought of how many girlfriends Tang Yin had in the past, she felt her chest tighten and very uncomfortable. He's always been an expert in love. The number of women he's slept with can't even be counted with 10 fingers. What else do you want me to say? Mu Chi said, I really can't tell. He's a dangerous person. After saying this, Feng Shanshan nestled in the car to rest. However, the two of them were still halfway when they received a call from the branch office. The two of you are free now. Hurry up and come to the branch office to help. There's a new case. But now that Tang Yin was injured, who would lead the team? Mu Chi glanced at Feng Shanshan and pressed the dark circles on her face. Go back to sleep. I'll go over. No need. I'm very energetic now. She was very energetic because of that man. Mu Chi thought to herself. She had thought that Tang Yin was at a disadvantage when Feng Shanshan and Tang Yin were together because he looked upright and loyal. Who knew that he was also a Casanova? Now, Mu Chi didn't know which one of them was more absurd. The two of them immediately rushed to the police station. At this time, Tang Yin was actually there. After receiving the news, he immediately rushed over. However, she saw that he was wearing a thick trench coat, so no one could tell that he was injured at all. Although his face was not good, he was full of energy. Did this person not want to live? Feng Shanshan was resentful and angry, but she didn't know how to vent it because she and Tang Yin had nothing to do with each other. Chapter 604. Let's go to the crime scene first. Tang Yin ordered the team. We'll tell you how the body was found on the way. Captain Tang, the murder happened in the Yi family's factory. Which Yi family? Tang Yin frowned. Yi Shengtian, the Yi family. Mu Qiqi was stunned when she heard that. Yi Shengtian used to be Papa Mu's good friend. She still remembered that every time he visited the Mu family, he would bring his son, Yi Jingcheng. Yi Jingcheng liked Mu Tongxue a lot. Are these recent murders all targeting rich families? The team members couldn't help but complain. Cut the crap. Let's get to work, Tang Yin said coldly. Feng Shanshan did not know if he really regarded investigating the case as more important than his life, or if he was just putting on a show. Was his body really not that important to him? Feng Shanshan was a little annoyed, but she did not show it on her face. Mu Qiqi, on the other hand, had a complicated look in her eyes. Feng Shanshan did not want to focus on Tang Yin anymore, so she asked Mu Qiqi, "What expression?" "I don't know," Mu Qiqi explained. "It's just that the Yi family started their business in the fashion industry and had a good relationship with the Mu family. I often met them when I was young." "So she's your old acquaintance. Speaking of the Mu family, did you really leave your sister in the slums?" Feng Shanshan's gossipy heart was ignited. "What else can I do? I can't kill her," Mu Qiqi replied. "All in all, your life is full of drama. It's just that you haven't seen her for a year and a half. Don't you want to know how she is now?" Mu Qiqi shook her head. Mu Tongshua's incident was a long time ago. She did not want to recall it, but someone insisted on helping her recall it. When they arrived at the Yi family's factory, the police had already cordoned off the area where the body was found. At this time, the young master of the Yi family walked to Mu Qiqi and said, "Qiqi, it's been a while." Mu Qiqi looked up and saw a man with a sunny face. She said, "Brother Jingcheng, it's me. I just came back. I didn't expect you to be a forensic doctor." That man was about 24 or 25 years old. He was dressed very meticulously. It could be seen that he was a very tasteful person. His face was also very handsome. He was wearing a black sweater and a beige retro trench coat. He looked like a gentleman and noble. "It's just a joke," Mu Qiqi answered casually. "We haven't seen each other for many years. It's been 4 years. I've been away from Jianchuan for 4 years. It's only when I came back that I found out that the Mu clan has undergone such a huge change. Even Tang Xue has disappeared. Young Master Yi, I'm sorry to interrupt your reunion, but I still want to ask you about the specific situation." Tang Yin walked up to them and said to Yi Jingcheng, "No problem. Qiqi, let's talk another day. I'll call you and treat you to a meal." Feng Shanshan watched the Yi family leave with Tang Yin. She turned to Mu Qiqi and asked, "Are you sure you want to have dinner with him?" Mu Qiqi shook her head. "He has always liked Mu Tongxue. He bullied me a lot because of her. He was just being polite." "The Yi family is weird," Feng Shanshan said. Feng Shanshan said, "Also, you better not tell your CEO, Sheng, about this. Otherwise, I think he will definitely get jealous. I got goosebumps when you called him Jingcheng just now." "You're exaggerating. Let's go and check the body." The body was just downstairs of the staff dormitory, and, judging from the appearance of the body, it was consistent with the characteristics of a fall. It seemed that it was not a complicated case. Therefore, the people in the team quickly packed up. A case like this should be reported to the police in the district. "Why did you report it to the criminal investigation team?" The police and the team complained again. It was mainly because the case looked simple. Whether it's the criminal investigation team or the ordinary criminal police, it's our fault for failing to protect the people. After saying that, Tang Yin got into his off-road vehicle. But only Feng Shanshan noticed that there was blood seeping out of his coat. Mu Qiqi was about to get into the police car, but Yi Jingcheng stopped her. "Qiqi, I really want to know where Tang Xue is. If you have any news about her, remember to tell me." Mu Qiqi smiled and did not say anything. Since he knew that she and the Mu family were in such a mess, he should know that there was no connection between her and Mu Tongxue. But the point was, why did he ask her when he knew that Mu Tongxue lived in the slums? Was there a deeper meaning behind it? Feng Shanshan saw that she was full of thoughts, so she leaned on her arm. "What are you thinking about? You look so focused. I heard a senior say that the people from a Yi family bypassed the police in the district and reported the case to the criminal investigation team. Why? Did you find anything? Mu Chi shook her head. She felt that this matter was directed at her, but she could not say such a narcissistic thought out loud. Yi Jingxiang had a good relationship with Mu Tongxue since they were young. Now that Mu Tongxue was being tortured by her, she did not believe that Yi Jingxiang knew nothing about it. What are you thinking about? You look so focused. I'm thinking that you should control Officer Tang. Didn't he just get shot in the shoulder? Mu Chi put aside her doubts for the time being and did not continue to suspect Yi Jingxiang. Do you think he will listen to me? Feng Shanshan said impatiently. There is no one in his heart, only the case. So, why should you take care of someone who is alive and kicking? She was just asking for trouble. Because of that, Feng Shanshan went straight to the forensics laboratory when she arrived at the entrance of the police station. Although the body was almost certain to have fallen to death, whether it was a suicide or a homicide still needed to be investigated. Tang Yin saw Feng Shanshan going to the autopsy room. At that time, their eyes met, but Feng Shanshan's eyes were cold. She did not care about Tang Yin at all. Mu Chi, on the other hand, kept the Yi family's matter in her heart. She had said that she would not allow anything that could threaten her safety to exist. Protecting her was equivalent to protecting Sheng Xiao. Yi Jingxiang clearly wanted to remind her that Mu Tongxue still existed in this world. Was he fighting for justice for Mu Tongxue? In the afternoon, Mu Chi went to Zhongting with a lot on her mind. When the secretary saw her deep in thought, she opened the door of Sheng Xiao's office for her. CEO, Madam. Chapter 605. Mu Chi walked to Sheng Xiao and sat on his lap quietly. What's wrong? Sheng Xiao hugged her, but he did not stop his work. I went out with the criminal investigation team today and met an old acquaintance of the Mu family. When Sheng Xiao heard the Mu family, he knew that it must be related to Mu Tongxue. She did not care about anything else. That person is Yi Jingxiang. He used to like Mu Tongxue very much. He went abroad 4 years ago and only came back recently. He should know about the Mu family's current situation, but he still asked me about Mu Tongxue. I think he did it on purpose. Sheng Xiao put down the pen in his hand and looked at Mu Chi. So, what are you worried about? He and Mu Tongxue bullied me before, said Mu Chi. What kind of bully? Sheng Xiao looked at her. His eyes were sharp and deep like a deep lake. He will help Mu Tongxue to frame me, said Mu Chi. It's not that I still hold a grudge against him. I just feel that he's deliberately mystifying things. In fact, he has ill intentions. Sheng Xiao patted Mu Chi's head and comforted her. Don't be afraid, okay? That's true. He is 24 or 25 years old now. He won't be the same as when he was young. Mu Chi seemed relaxed because she had someone to rely on now. However, the shadow of childhood was not something that could be gotten rid of easily. In order to comfort the little one in his arms, Sheng Xiao stopped his work. He hugged her and said softly, "Tell me about your childhood, except for the parts one know. I've been so happy these 2 years. How can I remember so much?" "Then, do you want me to investigate?" asked Sheng Xiao. Mu Chi looked at her man and sighed. She leaned on Sheng Xiao and said, "I don't remember how old I was then. That winter, during the New Year, Mu Tongxue took one of Grandpa's wristwatches and broke it. She was so anxious that she cried. At that time, Yi Jingxiang was a guest in the Mu family, so he helped Mu Tongxue and put the wristwatch in my bag. Grandpa couldn't find a wristwatch, so he asked Mommy. Then, Yi Jingxiang told Mommy that he saw me playing with it. What happened? In the end, I got slapped twice and was locked in my room. I spent the New Year alone. What else?" Sheng Xiao tightened his grip on Mu Chi. Also, in the swimming pool at home, Mu Tongxue asked Yi Jingxiang to teach her how to swim. So, she grabbed me as a demonstration and pressed me into the water. What else? Also, on Grandpa's birthday, he locked me in school. In the end, I came home late and was scolded for having sex with my classmates outside. I knelt in the living room for the whole night. That's enough. After hearing that, Sheng Xiao felt that it was enough. Even so, that scum still dared to deliberately target Xiao Qi. Perhaps he just didn't want to see the sun tomorrow. Your fear of him now comes from the shadow of your childhood. But idiot, that's all in the past. You're not who you used to be. Are you afraid of being bullied? Are my people for others to bully? It was just that the sudden appearance of this person reminded him of the past. Mu Qiqi thought that she certainly didn't need to be afraid. Mu Tongxue only had herself to blame for what happened today. I know, I'm not afraid. I have Captain Tang in the police force. I have you outside the police force. Go to the lounge and sleep for a while. Let's go home together after work. Sheng Xiao pinched her round belly and urged her. Mu Qiqi nodded and left Sheng Xiao's lap. Then, she went to the lounge. What about Sheng Xiao? He called the intercom. Su Che, come in. CEO, go and investigate Yi Jingxing. Don't miss any details. If possible, find out exactly when he first had sex with a woman. It might take a few days for that level of detail, said Su Che. I can wait. When Sheng Xiao said those words, there was a strong sense of danger in his tone. Since the other party came to him, he had to greet him. Did he want to stand up for Mu Tongxue? It depended on whether he was qualified to do so. Also, find out where Mu Tongxue is now. Make sure she's in our hands. Got it. It was not hard to imagine how Mu Qiqi spent the past 17 years before she met him. He did not pursue the matter because Xiao Qi had undergone a major change in the past 2 years. But now, she came to him on her own accord. She was asking for it. In the afternoon, at the police station, the forensic report showed that the victim did not commit suicide. Instead, he was pushed down from the rooftop. Since it was a homicide, the case would be taken over by the Major Crimes Unit. The Yi family was very cooperative. After all, it happened in their own house. They hoped that the police could solve the case as soon as possible. Since he is Mu Qiqi's old acquaintance, it should be easier for him to go to the Yi family. But Feng Shanshan shook her head. However, Feng Shanshan shook her head. Don't count on Xiao Qi for this. Her relationship with that Yi guy is definitely not good. If that's the case, we can't force her, said the professor. Just then, Tang Yin entered the laboratory with his injury. I'm here to get the autopsy report. The cause of death was a fall, but he was tied up before he died. There are different degrees of strangulation marks on his neck and wrists. The time of death was between 5 and 7 in the morning. The child was 21 years old, in the prime of his youth. He was a university graduate. As for whether he was drugged or not, we can only tell you after the autopsy. Have you informed his family? They are on the way, said Tang Yin. Then you can start with the people around the child. Tang Yin nodded and was about to leave. But when his eyes met Feng Shanshan's, he realized that she was deliberately avoiding his gaze. She even looked away. Since when did he offend this person? At 6 in the evening, a group of people went out for dinner. Tang Yin called Feng Shanshan to the door. Tell me what's wrong. What's wrong? Feng Shanshan asked in confusion. The way you look at me and my attitude. Is it important to you how I look at you? Feng Shanshan leaned against the wall and looked at Tang Yin. You can do whatever you want. Solving the case is the most important thing. How can I stop you? The wounds on your body have opened, haven't they? Who are you trying so hard for? If you have someone in your heart, you won't be so reckless. So, Officer Tang, what do you think is wrong with my attitude towards you? Tang Yin turned around quietly and went back to the police station. Feng Shanshan did not stay at the door. She went out to look for food. She felt that she was a little pretentious, but Tang Yin's reckless way of doing things made her see a lot of things clearly. Feelings were not something that one could hope for. They were just partners in bed. Chapter 606. She was worried, but she was not in the position to care. This made Feng Shanshan very uncomfortable. In addition, Tang Yin did not care about his own body. Feng Shanshan almost exploded, especially when she saw the blood on his shoulder. After dinner, Feng Shanshan returned to the police station. Seeing that Tang Yin was eating in the station, she took a detour. However, Tang Yin reached out and pulled her to sit beside him. What are you doing? Someone saw us. They're all out, Tang Yin said. What do you want to say to me? Just say it. Feng Shanshan rolled her eyes. She was actually more worried about being seen by passers-by. She did not want to have anything to do with this man in public. I know my own body. If I can't be discharged, I won't force myself, Tang Yin said in a low voice as he took a sip of coffee. So, was this his explanation? Who cares about you? Feng Shanshan snorted. Don't forget that we have nothing to do with each other. Having said that, Feng Shanshan got up from the stool. Tang Yin did not stop her. He only felt that this woman was really heartless and difficult to serve. Feng Shanshan thought that Tang Yin would stay in the station that night or go straight to the crime scene without sleeping. However, when it was time to get off work, he went straight to the forensics laboratory and asked Feng Shanshan, "I'm injured and can't drive. Can you send me?" The professor looked at Feng Shanshan, and Feng Shanshan looked at the professor in confusion. The professor knew that they were neighbors, so he was so unscrupulous. "If you can't drive, you should go to the hospital. Or you can ask your subordinates to drive." Feng Shanshan refused directly. "Shanshan, this kid has sent you many times before. What's wrong with you sending him once?" "I just don't want to." Tang Yin did not say anything. He turned around and walked out. He really found his subordinates and drove the off-road vehicle home. "What's wrong with you two?" The professor was a little confused. "Weren't you good before?" "No matter what, you're colleagues who care for each other. I just don't like him." Feng Shanshan rolled her eyes. It was not until 10 o'clock that she went home. However, when she reached the door, she hesitated. Should she knock on the door? In the end, Tang Yin sent her a text message. "If you're not going home, at least tell me where you went." Open the door. After hesitating for a long time, Feng Shanshan still typed these two words. Tang Yin opened the door for her half-naked. The gauze on his shoulder was soaked in blood, which made Feng Shanshan very angry. "What are you angry about?" Tang Yin returned to the living room, sat on the sofa, and looked at Feng Shanshan. "I don't like cold wars, and I don't like inexplicable anger. You can make things clear. There's no need to keep mocking me. That's who I am," Feng Shanshan said bluntly. Shanshan. This was the first time Feng Shanshan heard Tang Yin call her that. Feng Shanshan took a deep breath and entered the room first. She closed the door and calmed herself down. "I'm just very confused. I don't know why I'm angry at you. I knew it had nothing to do with you, but when I heard that you were injured, I ran faster than anyone else. You took a bullet yesterday and came to work today. Are you some kind of Iron Man? Aren't you afraid that others will worry about you? I'm not in any position to ask you, so I might as well keep my distance from you. At least this way, I won't be angry." After saying that, Feng Shanshan was about to go to the bedroom, but when she passed by Tang Yin, he grabbed her wrist. "What you said is too complicated. I don't understand." Tang Yin lowered his head and kissed Feng Shanshan's lips. He sucked on them and let go after a while. Feng Shanshan's face was red, but she could smell the medicine on Tang Yin's body. "Let go of me. If you say it in a simpler way, I can answer an important question for you. Was this an exchange?" Feng Shanshan laughed self-deprecatingly, but she still simplified her meaning seriously. "I want to control you, but I don't have the right to do so. I don't want to be your girlfriend, so I'm angry at myself and take it out on you. Do you understand now? I'll let you control me. I don't want to write." Isn't that weird? Feng Shanshan thought about it carefully after listening to him. "Are you going to do something about it? Will you really listen?" Feng Shanshan narrowed her eyes. She was a little doubtful. "No, very doubtful. I'll try my best." After hearing Tang Yin's words, Feng Shanshan was in a good mood. "That's what you said." Tang Yin looked at Feng Shanshan seriously. It was a tacit agreement. "Then what do you want to do now? Take a shower? But it's not convenient for my hands, and I'll touch my wound." "Go in, strip and wait." Feng Shanshan pushed him to the bathroom. "I'll change. I'll be right there." In fact, Feng Shanshan thought that she was not involved in it, but she did not realize that at first she just wanted a bed partner. But now, she had begun to be greedy and wanted to interfere with Tang Yan's life and care about his past. Although the two of them were not officially a couple, couldn't the people around them see that the two of them were a couple in name only? Only she was still deceiving herself. The next morning, Suche sent news that he had searched the entire slum, but could not find any news of Mutang Xue. Although Suche did not know who she was, he heard that she looked very similar to Mu Chi-Chi. There's no trace of her life since a few months ago, and I'm sure that she was not taken away by the Yi family. So, Yi Jingcheng thought that Xiao Qi was still hiding Mutang Xue. "Search for her," Sheng Xiao ordered. Sheng Xiao ordered, but investigate Yi Jingsheng first. This man had made Xiao Qi suffer so much. He could not let it go just like that. Moreover, he was the one who provoked him first. Mu Qiqi did not know that Sheng Xiao was thinking about dealing with the Yi family. After she got up, she planned to go to the police station. You don't have to avoid Yi Jingsheng. I've said it before. My woman should be able to do whatever she wants. You should go to the field when you need to, and you should go to the Yi family when you need to. If he dares to do anything to you, he will be punished 10 times or 100 times more. After listening to Sheng Xiao, Mu Qiqi hugged him tightly. Okay, yesterday was just a natural reaction, but from today onwards, she would not be afraid anymore. So, she would participate in this case, and the Yi family would also go. When she arrived at the police station, the seniors in the station came to look for her. Qiqi, we've tried to contact the young master of the Yi family, but he's been tight-lipped. He's not willing to cooperate. We know that you used to be related to the Yi family, so we hope that you can help us. Feng Shanshan wanted to help Mu Qiqi, but Mu Qiqi said, okay, I got it. Are you sure? Chapter 607. Then, I'll go with you, Feng Shanshan said excitedly. Feng Shanshan said excitedly. She was really happy because she had reached a new consensus with that man last night. Are you in a good mood today? Feng Shanshan glanced at someone in the police station and nodded. Not bad. It seems that Officer Tang is very pleasing to you. Mu Qiqi smiled too. In front of outsiders, one was the captain of the criminal investigation team, and the other was an assistant. Their worlds seemed to overlap, but there was a gap in their identities. Moreover, Tang Yin was cold to women, so the people in the police station did not associate them together. Soon, they went out to the field with the seniors. Not long after, Mu Qiqi was brought to Yi Jingqing's office. Qiqi, this is the place. Mu Qiqi nodded and took a deep breath to calm herself down. Then, she knocked on the door of Yi Jingqing's office. Come in. Mu Qiqi pushed the door open and walked in. She did not bring any other police officers with her. She walked to Yi Jingqing's desk alone. Can I bother you for a while? Yi Jingqing stopped what he was doing and looked at Mu Qiqi. He nodded with a smile. Of course. Brother Jingsheng, did the police investigation cause you any inconvenience? Not really, Yi Jingsheng replied. Then, can you please cooperate with the police? After all, solving this case quickly can restore peace to Yi Holdings as soon as possible. Then, won't the time I see you be greatly reduced? Yi Jingsheng smiled deeply. I was deceived by my parents when I went abroad for a few years. They said that you and your sister are living a happy life and don't need me to disturb you. So, I did not contact Tang Xue for a few years. But now that I'm back, I can't find her. Do you know where she is? He was still so strange. Since you have been to the Mu family, you should know that a lot of things happened between me and Mu Tang Xue. I know. You even left her in the slums. Yi Jingsheng continued to smile. His calm, cunning, and sinister expression was exactly the same as when he was young. Since you know, why are you asking me for her? Mu Qiqi looked at Yi Jingsheng deeply. After all, she was not someone who could be easily frightened. On the other hand, Yi Jingqing's impression of Mu Qiqi had changed a lot. At this moment, the girl who had been meek and submissive seemed to have ceased to exist. He knew that Sheng Xiao was behind Mu Qiqi, but he did not know that Mu Qiqi herself had changed so much. You guys were the ones who dealt with him. If I don't ask you guys, who should I ask? Yi Jingsheng raised an eyebrow. Tell me where Tang Xue lives, and I will cooperate with the police. Isn't this a win-win situation? I don't know where she is right now. Even if I knew, I wouldn't tell you. So, you don't have to threaten me with the investigation. The police don't need you. On the contrary, I want to warn you that this matter hasn't been spread yet. Your Yi Group's stock hasn't been affected yet. However, it doesn't mean that it won't happen in the future. Qiqi, you have changed a lot. Yi Jingqing looked at Mu Qiqi in surprise. I thought you would be afraid when you saw me yesterday. Afraid? Mu Qiqi chuckled. Afraid of you? Shouldn't you be afraid of me? Mu Qiqi shook her head and smiled. In the beginning, I admit that I was a little afraid. But now, I understand that it's just because of the trauma when I was young. I don't need to be afraid of you now. Why should I be afraid of you? I heard that you were trained by Shang Xiao. Then, show me what you are capable of. Let me see what kind of student the most famous man in Jianchuan teaches. You don't deserve to mention his name. Having said that, Mu Chi stood up from the chair. The two of them had an unpleasant conversation. Then, Mu Chi walked out of Yi Jingqing's office and went to the entrance of Yi Group. How is it? The seniors came up to her immediately. Mu Chi shook her head. Don't count on him. He threatened me. Tang Yan's face darkened when he heard Mu Chi's words. He told the team, follow the procedure. Report when necessary. Tang Yan and Shang Xiao were the same kind of people. They were protective. Since Mu Chi was from the police station, she was under his protection. How could a forensic doctor be threatened? Did he think he was dead? Actually, there was another reason why he protected Mu Chi. She was Feng Shanshan's only friend. If she was bullied, not only would Shang Xiao not agree to it, Feng Shanshan would also feel bad. What did he threaten you with? Mu Tongshue's whereabouts. Mu Chi answered Feng Shanshan. It seems that he really likes Mu Tongxue. I don't think you should come to this damn place. I don't know what kind of trap the young master of the Yi family is going to set for you if you stay here to investigate the case. Feng Shanshan shrugged. Tang Yan glanced at Feng Shanshan and said to Mu Chi, she's right. If Yi Jingqing wants to deal with you, he will also deal with the police. This is not good for our investigation. You're wrong. If I don't appear here, he won't give you any clues. I thought it was because of your childhood bosom brother that your CEO, Shang, has a rival in love. I didn't expect him to ignore you at all. Mu Chi glanced at Feng Shanshan and said, you won't understand. Yi Jingqing wanted to know where Mu Tongxue was. There was no way. She never regretted sending Mu Tongxue there. After all, Mu Tongxue had done too many evil things. How about this? The victim's parents have arrived at Jianchuan just now. They are at the entrance of the police station now. Mu Chi, go back to the police station and ask the victim's parents about the situation. This is also part of the investigation, Tang Yan said. Okay. Mu Chi did not refuse. But just when Mu Chi turned around and walked toward the police car, she heard Feng Shanshan shouting, be careful. Then, a flower pot fell beside Mu Chi's feet and was smashed into pieces. Everyone looked up at the Yi Holdings building, but saw nothing. After all, it was dozens of floors high. Who would know which floor it was thrown from? But in fact, everyone knew that the flower pot was thrown at Mu Chi. If CEO Sheng knows about this, Yi Jingqing's head will be smashed. Feng Shanshan snorted. I'll go with you. But when she left, she looked at Tang Yan meaningfully. Her meaning was self-evident. Try working for long hours if you dare. Try it if you don't know how to rest. Although Tang Yan did not say anything, he understood Feng Shanshan's threat. Last night, the two of them had agreed that she would take care of him and he would take care of her. Although he did not say it, he must have agreed in his heart. Chapter 608. On the way back, Feng Shanshan couldn't help but ask Mu Chi, what's the grudge between you and that Yi guy? Mu Chi snorted coldly and answered, when I was young, he teamed up with Mu Tongxue to bully me. Maybe I made Mu Tongxue disappear, so he wants to take revenge for her. Were you really that miserable when you were in the Mu family? Mu Chi glared at Feng Shanshan. All right, I won't ask anymore. Feng Shanshan raised her hands in surrender. But your man really contributed a lot to change you into this. Aren't you going to tell him about this? It was impossible for her not to be angry when a flower pot fell on her head. But she wouldn't let Xing Xiao take revenge for such a small matter. Soon, they arrived at the police station. When they saw the deceased parents, they felt a little upset. That was because they were an elderly couple. The old man had a head full of white hair and a stooped figure. If the old couple knew that their grandson had passed away, how heartbroken would that be? Ladies, a police officer told us to come to the police station for something. May I ask what happened to my son? Your son is Cheng Yinfeng. Yes. We're in our 40s and we only have one son. We dote on him a lot. If he did anything wrong, please forgive him. He's not a bad person. Mu Chi glanced at Feng Shanshan and said, I don't like to deal with such cases. Who doesn't like it? Feng Shanshan said. Mu Qiqi even suspected that if the old couple knew that their son was gone, they would faint on the spot. On the other hand, Tang Yin went to look for Yi Jingqing personally. However, when Yi Jingcheng saw Tang Yin, he was not polite at all. Officer, why did you send Mu Qiqi away? I still want to reminisce more with Qiqi. Tang Yin turned around and looked at Yi Jingqing. His tone was businesslike. Mr. Yi, you don't seem to have noticed that someone has lost his life in your building. Life is so fragile now. Yi Jingcheng smiled. Officer, I thought you should be used to it. I've also heard about what happened between you and Mu Qiqi. But I advise you not to attack Mu Qiqi so easily before you find what you want. Otherwise, the thing you care about might suffer 10 times more than what she suffered. What do you think? Tang Yin said in a deep voice. Yi Jingcheng suddenly stopped smiling and looked at Tang Yin coldly. You can investigate the case, but don't affect my business. The person died in the Yi group. As the leaders of the enterprise, you have an unshirkable responsibility. As for whether or not you are covering up for the murderer or anything else, I will personally come to you when I find out. I never thought that such a handsome officer would be interested in protecting Mu Qiqi. That's my colleague. After that, Tang Yin walked around Yi Jingqing's office a few more times. If I have any other questions, I will come again. Yi Jingcheng didn't say anything else. He just made a welcoming gesture. Tang Yin walked out of Yi Jingqing's office and asked his subordinates, "How's the investigation going?" There's a rope that hasn't been cleaned up on a rooftop. It should be the rope used to kidnap Cheng Yunfeng that night. We have asked the professor to extract the DNA on it to see if it matches Cheng Yunfeng's. Also, check if there are any fingerprints of the murderer. The people from Team A found out that Cheng Yunfeng is a proactive and hardworking young man. He works hard and never makes enemies with others. Team B found out that Cheng Yunfeng's department is planning to be promoted. It's very likely that Cheng Yunfeng did it. So, we don't know if it's because of competition. Speaking of which, we really have to say that the Yi family is really a ruthless enterprise. It takes a long time and it's tiring. They don't even treat people as human beings. Go and investigate the employees who are competing with Cheng Yunfeng. The rest of you, follow me back to the police station, Tang Yin ordered. As for Yi Jingcheng, he was a bit of a hindrance. Since it was a personal grudge, he felt that this matter could be solved through private channels. They got into the police car. Tang Yin sat in the back and closed his eyes. When the others saw this, they couldn't help but say, "Captain Tang, why don't you go home and rest? We will continue to follow up. We will report to you in detail if there's any progress. I will go back to the police station to rest. You guys continue." Tang Yin nodded. When the others saw that he agreed to rest, they were a little surprised. After all, Tang Yin was a famous workaholic ever since he came to the police station. But now, he was willing to rest? His teammates didn't know that Tang Yin was injured. They thought that his investigation was going smoothly. Besides, they were all men, so they didn't notice how ugly Tang Yin's face was. When they returned to the police station, the old couple was still crying in the morgue. Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan were helpless. But Tang Yin said, "You can't even handle such a small matter. Go out and let me handle it." Feng Shanshan rolled her eyes. It didn't matter. However, 5 minutes after she and Mu Qiqi left, the old couple was comforted by Tang Yin. Then, he handed them over to the others. "Where are you going?" Feng Shanshan saw him leaving the morgue and quickly asked. Wasn't he halfway done? "Rest." Tang Yin only replied with 2 words. Feng Shanshan almost laughed out loud, because only she knew that Tang Yin was being obedient. However, after going to the restroom, Tang Yin still planned to call someone. That was Mu Qiqi's family. He had never seen how smart the most famous man in Jianchuan was. When he received Tang Yin's call, Shang Xiao had just finished a video conference. Seeing that it was an unfamiliar call, he waited until it rang 3 times before officially picking up. "I'm Shang Xiao. I'm Tang Yin." When he heard Tang Yin's name, Shang Xiao knew who the person was. However, it was strange that the call was actually on his phone. "Is it about the Yi family?" Shang Xiao asked Tang Yin directly. Chief Sheng, you really live up to your name. Mu Chi was almost hit by a flower pot today. Yi is full of hostility toward her. He seems to be looking for someone. Do you know, Chief Sheng? Captain Tang, you can even get my phone number without asking. How can you not know what Yi is looking for? Sheng Xiao chuckled. The two men seem to have a strong aura. Are you here to remind me? Chapter 609. Then, thank you for reminding me, Captain Tang, Sheng Xiao said in a low voice. But Captain Tang suddenly called me. I don't think it's just about cheer. There must be something else, right? It's so easy to talk to smart people. Actually, Tang Yin called not only to let Sheng Xiao be more vigilant, but also to get Yi Jingqing's cooperation. Some things were private. The police could not interfere. But it was better for Sheng Xiao to know what Yi Jingqing had done to Mu Chi than Mu Chi hiding it from him. I could say hello to Captain Tang the next time we meet. If Lin Mu was a half-mature lion, then Tang Yin was definitely a mature tiger. Although their paths were different, they were both solid forces that he could get to know. Since Qi was under his command, she would need Tang Yan's care in the future. So, Sheng Xiao decided to do Tang Yin a favor. After all, didn't Yi Jingqing hit his heart with a flower pot? After answering Tang Yan's call, Sheng Xiao answered the intercom. Suche, Chief. Suche had just come back and was collecting information about Yi Jingqing. Help me do something first, Sheng Xiao said. Send a visitation card to the Yi family. Okay. Suche nodded. By the way, help me prepare something. Mu Chi did not know that Sheng Xiao had interfered in this matter. After the old couple had cried enough, she went to the police's resting area with Feng Shanshan. Currently, the old couple was answering questions from the other police officers. Mu Chi looked at the old couple and felt sad. They had a son in their old age, but he was gone just like that. What hope did they have for their future? I wonder what Tang Yin said to them. Hearing Feng Shanshan's nagging, he knew that she was still worried about the future of the old couple. She was such a person. She was tough on the outside, but soft on the inside. Aren't you curious about what they said, Captain Tang? Yes. Feng Shanshan nodded honestly. She also had some naughty thoughts in her mind. She wanted to go to the resting room to see Tang Yin now. Perhaps Mu Chi understood her expression. After all, she was experienced. So, she said to her, go ahead. I'll keep an eye on them for you. He's a veteran. Feng Shanshan chuckled. After noticing that there was no one around, she slipped into the police station's shabby break room. Tang Yin leaned on the bed and closed his eyes to sleep. Feng Shanshan approached him quietly. She was about to sit beside him, but she was startled by his voice. What are you doing here? I can't rest well either. I just want to know what you said to the old couple. Aren't you afraid that they'll commit suicide? Tang Yin closed his eyes and remained silent for a while, which made Feng Shanshan think that he had fallen asleep. But just as Feng Shanshan was about to leave, he said, life may seem flashy on the surface, but those who live in it are very fragile and vulnerable. On the other hand, those who look like they're riddled with holes and would collapse with a single strike have hearts that are even more unyielding than you can imagine. That's because they've been tempered by life and have already become resilient. When you're free, let's go and see the old couple. I've acknowledged them as my godparents. After listening to him, Feng Shanshan suddenly understood where Tang Yan's story and his deep thoughts came from. Perhaps it was because he had seen too much and experienced too much. That was why he was like this now. Do you always deal with such things like this? There are about 6 families that I'm sponsoring now. Why would I care about one more? Once you've gotten the answer you want, you can leave now. Feng Shanshan nodded and got up from the bed. Have a good rest. But when she walked to the door, the corners of her lips curled up unconsciously. Although Tang Yin had a lot of bad habits, and his behavior was strange, he could really be called a hero. Even if it was not in other people's eyes, it was in her heart. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Papa Yi arrived at Yi Holdings and told Yi Jingqing that he had received Sheng Xiao's visiting card. Yi Jingqing thought that Sheng Xiao's importance to Mu Chi was not just a rumor. Father, no matter what CEO Sheng's intention is, I will take good care of him. Don't worry. I know you're still holding a grudge because of Tang Xue, but now that you can't find her, you must cheer up. Even if you can offend the Sheng family, don't provoke Sheng Xiao. Since he came to you personally, it means that you've done something to make him unhappy. I know, father, Yi Jingqing answered calmly. Are the police still in Yi Holdings? Yes. That employee did not commit suicide. So, before the case is solved, the police will come and go in Yi Holdings, Yi Jingqing answered. Make the necessary arrangements. The Gu family is the best example. You must cooperate with the police. Don't cause any scandal and embarrass Yi Holdings. I know, father, Yi Jingqing said nervously. Also, don't offend that Officer Tang from the criminal investigation team. He is not a kind person. He will fight with you until the end. Unexpectedly, Tang Yin was so famous. Don't worry, father. After that, Papa Yi left Yi Holdings quickly. After all, he had left the family business to his son. So, he had no reason not to trust his son. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Sheng Xiao's car arrived at the entrance of Yi Holdings on time. Sheng Xiao already knew that his Xiao Qi was now in the police force. Yi Jingqing immediately came out to welcome him. He seemed to be very enthusiastic. Welcome, Chief Sheng. I've always heard of your name. It's my honor to meet you for the first time. You're welcome, Chief Yi. This way, please. Yi Jingqing pointed the way and led Sheng Xiao into Yi Holdings. Su Che followed behind Sheng Xiao to protect him. Yi Jingqing could tell that Su Che was very skillful. Even if Officer Tang were to fight with him, he would not be able to defeat him. Sheng Xiao was good at finding people. Soon, they arrived at the VIP reception room of Yi Holdings. Yi Jingqing asked his secretary to prepare some tea. I wonder why you're here today, Chief Sheng. Don't be nervous, CEO Yi. I'm here for a private matter. I know you're looking for Mu Tangxue. Do you have any clues? Sheng Xiao went straight to the point. Yi Jingqing could not guess what Sheng Xiao was going to do. So he laughed. Could it be that the stingy Mu Chi told on me? Chapter 610. Look, it's just a small matter. There's no need for you to come personally. You could just give me a call. Yi Jingqing laughed. Of course, he tried to make Sheng Xiao unable to see through him, but he was too inexperienced in front of Sheng Xiao, because the moment Sheng Xiao came, he had already pinched the soft spot in his heart. Mu Tangxue. Until now, he had not found Mu Tangxue's whereabouts. This did not rule out the possibility that Mu Tangxue was still under Sheng Xiao's surveillance. Tang Yin was right. No matter how much he hated Mu Chi now, he could not make things difficult for her. If Mu Tangxue was really in Sheng Xiao's hands, she would definitely suffer more. And Tang Yin was not someone to be trifled with. Since it was not Mu Chi who told Sheng Xiao about it, it must be Tang Yin. Since you're so straightforward, it's fine. I will help you find Mu Tangxue's whereabouts. Thank you very much, Chief Sheng. I heard that you've just returned to China. If you need anything, you can come to Zhongting. Since we're done here, it's time for me to go. Let me send you off. With just a few words, Sheng Xiao had made it clear to Yi Jingqing what he should say and show his attitude. Yi Jingqing could not handle it at all. No wonder Mu Chi had changed so much in 2 years. With such a powerful teacher by her side, of course, she could do whatever she wanted. And he knew that it was impossible to threaten the police and make Mu Chi compromise. If he wanted to find Mu Tangxue, he had to think of other ways. Threatening the police was not a long-term solution. After all, the murder happened in the staff dormitory of Yi Holdings. Sheng Xiao only went in for 5 minutes. But when he left, he asked Su Che, "Is everything done?" "Don't worry, Chief. At least, he could let Yi Jingqing know what it felt like to have his heart beat faster when he went back." After Yi Jingqing sent Sheng Xiao off, he returned to his office using the private elevator. But when he entered the elevator, the lights in the elevator began to flicker and the elevator began to shake. Yi Jingqing did not move. He was afraid that if he moved, the elevator would start to fall. The door could not be opened, and there was no signal in the elevator. Yi Jingqing quickly called the police. After almost half an hour, the elevator door finally opened. Yi Jingqing stood there awkwardly. He wondered if he was so unlucky because he met Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao was indeed ruthless. He was avenging Mu Chi for the flower pot. In the evening, when Tang Yen went to Yi Holdings again, he was told by his subordinates that Yi Jingxing was much more cooperative and polite. He also heard that Sheng Xiao came in the afternoon. That was why it was a piece of cake for Sheng Xiao. Any new developments? Cheng Yinfeng is really a very hardworking young man, but this time he's competing with an old employee of the Yi Group. His name is Li Zhe. We've asked Li Zhe about it. On the night of the incident, he was at home with the child. He has sufficient alibi, so Cheng Yunfeng's death should have nothing to do with him. Anything else? Tang Yin asked. We've asked the employees of Yi Holdings. They're not allowed to go up to the rooftop, and there are no surveillance cameras up there. When the incident happened, it was early in the morning, which means anyone could have done it. I'm afraid it's very difficult to investigate without any clues. After all, Yi Holdings has thousands of employees, so we still have to investigate Cheng Yunfeng's interpersonal relationships. Also, have you found the source of the rope? Tang Yin asked as he walked to Yi Holdings. That kind of rope can be seen everywhere in Yi Holdings factories. And on the rope, there are no suspicious traces except for Cheng Yunfeng's DNA. Tang Yin did not say anything more. He went to the scene again. Cheng Yunfeng was tied up and thrown down from a high place. To throw a 70-kilogram man to such a place, he must be strong and tall. Moreover, he must have a certain level of cultural knowledge. At least, he must know how to counter-investigate. With these conditions, he could actually choose from the employees of Yi Holdings. So, Tang Yin went to Yi Jingxing's office again. Sorry to disturb you. What do you need this time, Captain Tang? A list of your employees and their detailed resumes, Tang Yin replied. If possible, please provide the relevant surveillance cameras. That's easy, but I didn't know that Captain Tang knew a big shot like CEO Sheng. Yi Jingxing's words were obviously sarcastic. However, Tang Yin did not respond. Instead, he said, if CEO Yi could cooperate earlier, everything would be simple. I'll ask someone to prepare what you want later. Thank you. Having said that, Tang Yin was about to leave, but Yi Jingxing stopped him. I wonder if it's illegal to restrict someone's freedom of movement? Tang Yin, of course, knew what he was talking about. So, he replied calmly, show me the evidence first. It's a pity that Captain Tang is not on my side. I don't belong to any side. My duty is to investigate the case. Tang Yin was very confident, and his words were ruthless. The pressure he gave people was different from Shang Xiao. His ruthlessness was that he would fight to the death with you. In order to solve the case, he would do whatever it took. He would not give you any breathing space. At the same time, he would not tolerate any criminal acts. If Tang Yin and Shang Xiao were friends, such a combination would be really scary. Late at night, Sheng Xiao went to the police station to pick Mu Chi up. The moment he saw her, he hugged her and asked, Don't you have anything to say to me? Mu Chi thought for a while and looked at Sheng Xiao's eyes. She knew that this man must have known something. I was hit by a flower pot, but I didn't get hit. What did I teach you? Of course, I won't let this happen. But Xiao Xiao, my current identity doesn't allow me to do things like an eye for an eye. But it doesn't mean that I won't remember this. I will always find a chance. I've already avenged you. Sheng Xiao pushed Mu Chi's head. Why would I wait for you to find a chance? Have you met Yi Jingxing? Your captain called me personally. I have to do him a favor, explained Sheng Xiao. You mean Tang Yin? Why does he have your number? It's easy for him to investigate. Sheng Xiao hugged her and leaned against the cushion. This person seems quite interesting. Are you interested? Mu Chi asked. He can also play a part in protecting you. Tang Yin and Sheng Xiao's meeting was a story for another time. But with this pleasant cooperation, he believed that they would get to know each other better in the future. Chapter 611. Mu Chi looked at Sheng Xiao seriously. You've gone to look for Mu Tongxue, haven't you? She's missing. There's no news yet, Sheng Xiao answered. It's New Year's Eve in 2 days. Come home early these few days. Mu Chi nodded when she remembered that she had to attend the state banquet on New Year's Eve. I remember. Still, the wedding ring was still in her arms. Why did she feel that it was so difficult to give it away? In fact, Sheng Xiao was also waiting. How long would this little one hide the ring? Mu Qiqi thought that it was better to plan it as soon as possible. So, when Sheng Xiao went to the study to deal with some matters, Mu Qiqi called Lu Qianqian. Lu Qianqian was definitely better than Feng Shanshan when it came to such matters. Wow, my busy man, I haven't seen you since your birthday. It's been almost a month, and I haven't given you the birthday present I prepared for you yet, Lu Qianqian said on the other end of the phone. Qianqian, I have something to ask you. All right, go ahead. Lu Qianqian smiled as she sat in front of her dressing table. I want to give Xiao Xiao something formal. Can you help me think of a way? After hearing Mu Qiqi's request for help, Lu Qianqian couldn't help but laugh. With your man's character, you just need to take the things out. Even if he says he doesn't like it, he will be very happy in his heart. It's different this time. It's our wedding ring, Mu Qiqi said. I've never done anything to coax him. I want him to be happy too. Isn't that simple? You just have to follow your heart, right? Think about it. You've been together for more than 2 years. Have you forgotten how it felt when you first liked him? How can you show your sincerity by asking me? She had been spoiled rotten by Sheng Xiao over the last 2 years. She was used to being loved. She could not even remember what she had done for Sheng Xiao over the last 2 years. Am I not good enough? All right, I know you want to show your heart to your Sheng CEO. Think of a way. Let's have a meal together when we have time. I haven't eaten with you for a long time. Where's your Lin Muan? I went to the competition. Lu Qianqian sighed. So I'm lonely now. After chatting a little more with Lu Qianqian, Mu Qiqi hung up. How could she forget how she felt when she had a crush on Sheng Xiao? At that time, in the small villa, she looked forward to seeing this man every day. When she heard the sound of a car downstairs, she couldn't help but get up and go downstairs to confirm it. At that time, she was very careful. She didn't want anyone to find out, but at the same time, she hoped that he would give her a response. Even now, that feeling still made one's heart itch. So, how could she not be surprised? At that thought, Mu Qiqi felt relieved. She put down her phone and went to Sheng Xiao's study. Sheng Xiao looked up and saw Mu Qiqi entering the room. He waved at her. Come here, what happened? I picked out a dress for you. I can't be too rude at the state banquet. Sheng Xiao hugged her and placed her on his thighs. That kind of occasion was not an occasion to compete in fashion, but one that suited his status. The white embroidered dress is better. There are some dark green embellishments on it. It can also match your suit. Mu Qiqi replied, wrapping her arms around Sheng Xiao's neck. Sheng Xiao looked at the computer screen as if he was telling the designer to adjust the size. It was then that Mu Qiqi looked at Sheng Xiao's side profile almost obsessively. You like my side profile that much? It's not like. It's love, Mu Qiqi replied. Sheng Xiao smiled and turned Mu Qiqi around so that she straddled him. Then he said in a low and hoarse voice, Unbuckle my belt. And then? Mu Qiqi asked. And then? Sheng Xiao lifted her pajamas and took off her belt. Then he pulled her closer to him. The tight union caused the two of them to sigh deeply. That kind of satisfaction was enough to drive them crazy. You're so bad. Mu Qiqi's body was covered in sweat. But at that moment, Sheng Xiao suddenly held Mu Qiqi's round waist, and they were still tightly joined together. I'll let you know what's worse. When would this little thing be willing to take out the ring? Of course, the longer Mu Qiqi thought about it, the more it proved that she valued it. Late at night, Tang Yin got off work and returned home. Feng Shanshan had just finished cooking dinner. She was still wearing a naughty apron. Have some supper. That way, the injuries on your body will heal faster. Tang Yin put down the key and took off his black windbreaker. Then, he sat down at the dining table obediently. Feng Shanshan was satisfied. Then, she brought the supper over. Eat. Tang Yin did not say anything. He finished the supper that Feng Shanshan had prepared. After that, he got up from the chair. Shower. Yes. Do you need my help? Feng Shanshan untied the apron and asked. Yes, Tang Yin said. Feng Shanshan secretly curled her lips. After cleaning up the dishes, she followed Tang Yin into the bathroom. This man was so seriously injured, but he was still alive and kicking outside. If it were another man, he would definitely be in bed for half a month. So, The first thing she did when she entered the bathroom was to clean Tang Yan's wounds. His muscles were really tight. Tang Yan closed his eyes. He felt itchy on his shoulder because Feng Shanshan's hand was very light. Actually, you can use more force, Tang Yan said. He could not stand it anymore. So, you called Sheng Xiao about Yi Jingsheng? When did it happen? Feng Shanshan used more force and asked. Before you came in at noon, Tang Yan answered. I didn't expect that you could ask Sheng Xiao for help. This could be considered as an eye-opener for Feng Shanshan. Therefore, she felt that this man might be more complicated than she had imagined. After bandaging the wound, Feng Shanshan walked in front of Tang Yan and helped him wipe his body. Perhaps this man was afraid that she would feel awkward, so he closed his eyes and pretended to be resting. His body was really perfect. Feng Shanshan felt that there was nothing she was unwilling to do for such a body. However, their relationship was still very strange. Feng Shanshan did not feel that there was any difference between her and his wife. After the shower, Tang Yan leaned on the sofa and slept. But at this time, the property management came knocking on the door. Usually, it was a man who opened the door. Today, it was a woman. She said, "You must be Mr. Tang's girlfriend." "Hello. Someone sent something to the property management. We are here to deliver it to you." Feng Shanshan was too lazy to explain, so she took the thing. "Thank you." Chapter 612. It's for you. Feng Shanshan walked to him and put on a coffee table. "Open it," Tang Yan said with his eyes closed. Feng Shanshan thought that Tang Yan was a serious man. But when she opened the box, she realized how naive she was. It was full of Mr. Do. How flirtatious was this man? Since he bought so many of them, did it mean that he planned to live happily with her for a long time? Thinking of this, Feng Shanshan quietly brought the box to the bedroom. Then, she took out all the boxes of Mr. Do and put them neatly in the drawer. Feng Shanshan thought that he was obedient. Otherwise, with his workaholic character, he would still be investigating Cheng Yunfeng's case in the staff dormitory. She wondered what the expressions of the police officers would be like if they knew that their serious and scary Captain Tang was being suppressed by a little girl. Late at night, it was snowing all over Jianchuan. Yi Jingsheng carried his briefcase home. Unexpectedly, Papa Yi was waiting for him in the living room. "Father, what did Sheng Xiao tell you when he came today?" Papa Yi tilted his head and took off the glasses on the bridge of his nose. "He heard that Mu Chi-Chi and I are old friends, so he came to have a look," Yi Jingsheng explained. "Is it that simple?" Papa Yi did not believe it. "You and Mu Tongxue were close when we were young. You bullied Mu Chi-Chi for her many times. I know that. Now that Mu Tongxue has lost her reputation because of Mu Chi-Chi, are you willing to give up on her?" Indeed, no one knew his son better than his father. "It's been so long since Mu Tongshue's matter. Can't you just give up? When you were studying abroad, I was afraid that you would be distracted, so I didn't tell you about what happened to the Mu family. In the end, you got yourself into a dead end. Can't you just let bygones be bygones?" "Father, I know what I'm doing," Yi Jingsheng said with a smile. Papa Yi took a deep breath and said helplessly, "I'm afraid that you are no match for Sheng Xiao." Yi Jingsheng did not say anything and went back to his room. But when he sat on the bed and looked at the photo of him and Mu Tongxue, he did not feel good. Even if Mu Tongxue had made a grave mistake, he would forgive her because he had always liked that flamboyant little girl. They were both twin sisters, but why did Mu Chi-Chi get to live the best life while his Tongxue had to suffer? Even now, there was no way to determine whether she was dead or alive. This isn't fair. Therefore, even if he had to give it his all, even if he had to sacrifice his life, he had to get justice for the girl he loved. The next day, Yi Group's employee screening had preliminary results. Among them, there were 3 men who met the conditions of criminal suspects. However, these 3 suspects either had nothing to do with Cheng Yunfeng or had an alibi. The case seemed to have fallen into a mystery once again. "Captain Tang, the clue is broken again." Tang Yan turned around and looked at Yi Jingsheng. For a moment, he felt Yi Jingsheng's lips curl up. "President Yi doesn't seem to want us to find out the truth." "What are you talking about? With Captain Tang's ability, It's only a matter of time before we find the real culprit. I have no doubt about that. It's just that in this situation, if you need any other assistance, not at the moment. I'll look for you if I need anything, Tang Yin said with his arms crossed. Then, they returned to the police station. They wanted to go through the case again to see if there was anything they had overlooked. At this time, Tang Yin asked Mu Qiqi and Feng Shanshan to join the discussion. After all, these two were not only talented in forensics, but they were also good at discovering details. The staff dormitory of Yi Group is not open to the public. On the contrary, they are quite strict with the staff. In other words, it's almost impossible to sneak into the dormitory because they have a strict registration system. The surveillance cameras did not find any outsiders entering the dormitory, but the analysts did not find any suspects among the staff of Yi Group. So, I want to hear your opinion. After hearing Tang Yan's words, Mu Qiqi looked at the projector behind him. Have you noticed this person? Everyone turned to look at the person Mu Qiqi was pointing at. In the projector, the man was tall and was wearing a security guard's uniform. He was closing the door of the dormitory. Tang Yin immediately realized that there was no such person in the staff information given to him by Yi Group. In other words, they had missed something. So, Tang Yin immediately said to the information analyst, "Get this person's information now." "Okay, Captain Tang." After giving the order, Tang Yin looked at Mu Qiqi and said, "The young master of the Yi family doesn't seem to want us to solve the case." "I'm sorry, Captain Tang. I implicated the police because of our personal grudges. But you still found out." With that, Tang Yin led the team out again. Feng Shanshan looked at Mu Qiqi and shrugged. "Now, CEO, you won't have a chance to cause you trouble. You must be very sad." Mu Qiqi snorted coldly. People who want revenge can create opportunities even if they don't have a chance. Then, you have to be careful. Yi Jingcheng did want to hide it from the police. Yi Group did not only have official staff, but also new staff and temporary staff. But he did not expect the police to investigate so quickly, and they had learned that the guard had a quarrel with Cheng Yunfeng before. In addition, he could not explain his whereabouts on the night of the incident. So, the police brought him back to the police station for interrogation. But before leaving, Tang Yin looked at Yi Jingcheng and said, "It seems that CEO Yi likes to play hide-and-seek with the police." "Captain Tang, you must be joking." "How can I? Do you know who found this person?" Mu Qiqi. Tang Yin looked at Yi Jingcheng. "Don't underestimate her ability. Isn't it good that the police can solve the case? Yi Group can also recover as soon as possible." Tang Yin looked at Yi Jingcheng deeply. "Recover as before? I'm afraid not." Yi Jingcheng knew very well that he came back to China to stir up trouble. He would appear wherever there was a chance to get Mu Qiqi and Sheng Xiao. "I hope that Yi Group can cooperate and make a statement. Sorry to bother you." Having said that, Tang Yin left with the team. Yi Jingcheng watched Tang Yin leave with his men. His eyes flashed. This was just the beginning. After the man was arrested, the interrogation soon came to a conclusion. I didn't expect that the reason for killing could be so simple. Because Cheng Yunfeng worked very hard, it was always late at night when he returned to the dormitory. But this man was too lazy to open the door for Cheng Yunfeng, so he asked for a reward. Chapter 613. If that old couple knew that their son was thrown off the rooftop because of this, they would definitely be devastated. Feng Shanshan sighed. This is the most pitiful part. But no matter what, the criminal is finally arrested, Mu Qiqi said with her arms crossed. "How did you notice the guard?" "I also looked through their employee information, but I didn't see this person's photo," Mu Qiqi replied. Feng Shanshan gave Mu Qiqi a thumbs up. At the same time, she received a message from Tang Yin. "Let's go see that old couple in the afternoon. Just us two. You still want someone else?" Feng Shanshan did not reply, because she realized that this man seemed to be deliberately training her. He would bring her to many occasions in private. "You can eat with the professor later. I have to go out for a while." Feng Shanshan put away her phone and said to Mu Qiqi. In fact, Mu Qiqi didn't have to think to know who she was going out with. Be careful that you don't go overboard and let the people in the police station see through you. Feng Shanshan shrugged. Anyway, she could find 1,000 reasons to explain the two of them going out together. What was there to be afraid of? In fact, Mu Chi had somewhere to go in the afternoon. She had not been to the small villa for a long time, and she had not seen her aunt for a long time. It was a good time to take advantage of the fact that there were no cases in the police station. After lunch, Mu Chi arrived at the little mansion. Knowing that she was coming, Su Zipei coaxed the child to sleep and prepared cakes for her in the living room. Holiday already? I'll go check on the baby first. Mu Chi lay beside the crib and looked at the little one sleeping soundly with satisfaction. Aunt, is he easy to take care of? It's easy. She rarely cries, just like you when you were young, Su Zipei replied with a smile. Her whole body exuded the softness and radiance of a mother. Aunt, do you still remember Yi Jingshan? Su Zipei was stunned when she heard the name. I have an impression of him. He was not good to you. He has returned from abroad and is looking for Mu Tongxue everywhere. Now, he is blaming me for her disappearance. But don't worry, I know how to handle it. Hearing this, Su Zipei's face turned cold. He still dares to cause trouble for you? How many times did he help Mu Tongxue bully you? Aunt, that's all in the past. Does young Master Sheng know? He asked me, and I told him. Mu Chi held Su Zipei's arm. The two of them were as close as mother and daughter. So, I'm just telling you. What if that person wants to harm the people around me? Don't worry. I rarely go out now. Your uncle will know how to protect me. Su Zipei patted Mu Chi-Chi's hand. Aunt, is my room still there? Of course he's here. Did you forget what I said? Your room will always be there. I will keep it for you. Actually, I want to do something, and I need your help, Aunt. Mu Chi-Chi's eyes were clear as she whispered into Su Zipei's ear. In fact, it was her plan to give the ring away. Su Zipei nodded and said, This is your wish and your happiness. Of course, I will cooperate with you. This was her first home after her rebirth, and the place where their relationship began. As the starting point, of course, she hoped that the ring would be given away here. Of course, Sheng Xiao really did not know all this at the moment. After all, Mu Chi was on vacation. He could not keep an eye on her at all times. Then, when do you want young Master Sheng to come? Tonight. Mu Chi smiled mysteriously. After dinner, it seemed to be a good time to exercise and digest the food. Feng Shanshan followed behind Tang Yan. The two of them drove to the old couple's house and bought a lot of things. In a small house, there was an old couple. All their hopes had been placed on Cheng Yinfeng. But now, this hope had been completely shattered. Seeing Tang Yan, the old woman covered her face and cried. I thought Officer Tang was joking. I didn't expect you to really bring your wife here. Is this little girl really your girlfriend? I've seen her before. She's also a police officer. She's not a police officer. She's a forensic doctor. Tang Yan explained and moved all the things he bought to the old couple's house. You've worked hard because of Yinfeng. Although we can't accept it for a while, we still have to live. Shanshan, there's a small box in the car. Go and carry it over. Feng Shanshan thought of Tang Yan's injured shoulder. She nodded and carried the box over. Open it. Feng Shanshan squatted down and saw a gray puppy sleeping in it. She reached out and carried the little thing out and handed it to Tang Yan. Tang Yan handed the dog to the old woman. Godmother, this dog is docile and easy to raise. It can also help you guard the house. Most importantly, it's loyal and can accompany you and Godfather at any time. When the old woman saw a fresh life in her arms, tears flowed out. You're so considerate, Officer Tang. I'll send someone to deliver the dog food and other things regularly. You don't have to worry. Seeing this, Feng Shanshan's eyes suddenly turned red. This was probably the so-called smoke and fire in the world. She did not expect Tang Yan to have such a soft heart. After visiting the two elders, the two of them returned to the police station. At this time, Feng Shanshan looked at Tang Yan's side profile and said, You can really understand their inner world. Giving them a puppy can also temporarily distract them. These are just some trivial things. What they need is a kind of hope and strength to persist in living. Tang Yan answered while driving. Do you have this kind of moment? A strong feeling that you can't live on. Yes, Tang Yin replied directly. You also had it? Tang Yin was silent and did not continue to answer Feng Shanshan's question. He felt that it was better not to let Feng Shanshan know some things for the time being. More importantly, he had not completely controlled her yet, so he had to keep it a secret for the time being. Feng Shanshan glared at him and only scolded, "Stingy. Then I won't go out with you in the future." "Whatever you want," Tang Yin said indifferently. But because of his indifferent attitude, Feng Shanshan was angry. "I really can't understand you. I can't be too far away from you, nor can I be too close to you. I can't be good to you, nor can I be bad to you. What exactly do you want?" After hearing Feng Shanshan's complaint, Tang Yin finally chuckled. Her summary was quite on point, so he also concluded, anyone with a soul is not easy to chase. Chapter 614. Tang Yin stopped talking, which made Feng Shanshan even more speechless. "Other than the case, you seem to be tight-lipped about everything else. Don't you feel tired of doing things halfway and saying things halfway?" Chen Zhao asked. "I'm used to it." Well, Feng Shanshan felt as if she had punched cotton. It was weak and meaningless. "Tang Yin, whoever marries you will definitely die of exhaustion." After saying that, Feng Shanshan looked out of the window angrily and did not want to communicate further with Tang Yin. This person's mouth was really too difficult to pry open. He might as well suffocate to death. After returning to the police station, she was still angry. The professor could see it. "What are you angry about?" "Professor, has Captain Tang always disliked communicating with others?" The professor couldn't help but laugh. "Because of him, I think it's quite tiring to interact with him." You can't blame him. When he first left the police academy, he went undercover and stayed in a drug gang for a year. This kid has always been quiet. After he came back that year, he became even more quiet. He became very thoughtful and thought a lot. When he was undercover, he was forced to do a lot of things that he didn't want to do. Although he succeeded in eliminating the gang in the end, he became very depressed because of it. In the next few years, he was basically a workaholic. He never let anyone know what was on his mind. He was always alone. If you ask him to say what was on his mind like a normal man, he won't be able to say it. This person will carry the sky on his own, even if it collapses. So, it's indeed a little tiring for a normal person to communicate with him. Because of this, his relationship is not smooth. He will either be betrayed or sold out. Didn't you say that he doesn't have a girlfriend? He doesn't have a girlfriend. His previous girlfriend has been with him for a few years, the professor replied. Did you misunderstand something when he first came? This person likes to pretend to be ignorant no matter where he goes. It's a habit that he developed when he was undercover. Maybe it's better for him to get along with you. If I accidentally said something and caused a misunderstanding, it must be to make him seem friendlier. Since you don't like him, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you know. Feng Shanshan wouldn't tell the professor that she had always thought that with Tang Yan's EQ, he was still a pure man. How did his last girlfriend die? That kid was too busy, so he went out to find someone else to have an affair. He contracted an illness and died. The professor said casually, he was just like that. There was nothing he could do about it. After knowing about this, he used his own money to treat the girl's illness. After she passed away, he set up a tombstone and sometimes went to take a look. Feng Shanshan fell silent after hearing that. She felt that she was being very unreasonable. In Tang Yan's eyes, she was a delicate woman, wasn't she? That was why he could go to work the next day after being shot and ignore his own pain. Thinking of this, Feng Shanshan felt that the pain she had suffered was not even worth mentioning. She had just been hurt by a man like that, and she wanted to die. She didn't believe in love anymore. Tang Yin, who had been betrayed, still had to grit his teeth and treat her. In his heart, what did he think about feelings? Feng Shanshan felt that she really couldn't get close to him anymore. This man was like a bottomless black hole. The more she explored, the more she couldn't find the answer, and the more she wanted to go deeper. In the evening, Sheng Xiao just got off work. He wanted to call Mu Chi-Chi to ask where she was, but he received a call from Su Zipei. "Young Master Sheng, are you free? Something happened over here. Can I trouble you to come over for a bit?" I can't tell Chi-Chi. Okay, I'll be there in half an hour, Sheng Xiao replied. Thank you. Su Zipei rarely took the initiative to call him, unless it was about Mu Chi-Chi. This also proved that Su Zipei was really in trouble. That was why she took the initiative to ask him for help. So, he gave Mu Chi-Chi a call. Where are you? In the team, Mu Chi-Chi replied casually. When are you going home? I'll ask Su Che to pick you up. It might be a little late. After 9 o'clock, Mu Chi-Chi replied. What's the matter? No, you can continue. Having said that, Sheng Xiao hung up and drove straight to the small villa. On the other side, Mu Chi-Chi hung up and looked at her aunt. He's coming. It's already dark and it might snow later. You should remind him to come slowly. Su Zipei patted Mu Chi-Chi's cheek. Go get ready. This time, Sheng Xiao really did not expect that it was the little one's trick. He really thought that something really happened to Su Zipei. When he rushed to the small villa, he discovered that the garden outside the small villa was filled with little light bulbs that looked like stars. There was an open-top dining car parked in front of the villa. It had filled with red roses and scented candles. It was a small paradise. And opposite the dining car hung Mu Chi-Chi's love letter. Sheng Xiao chuckled. He did not expect that the ceremony he had been longing for would come so soon. But Mu Chi-Chi was not there, and there was an arrow on the ground that pointed to the love letter. Sheng Xiao walked to it and took the letter, but he would never have imagined that Mu Chi-Chi had written the letter while fantasizing about confessing her love to him. Xiao, brother? Actually, I'd rather call you Xiao Xiao. However, I know that you probably don't fancy a little girl like me. You only brought me back to thank me for saving you. You definitely don't know how enchanting you are. I should have spent every day and night after my rebirth on dealing with Mutang Xue, but I realized that I'm more attached to something I can't let go of, and that is to be by your side as much as possible. You definitely don't know that I like you in secret, do you? I want you to know, but I'm afraid that you would know. What should I do if you don't like me, or even hate me? I'm afraid that my aunt would know, and that she would think that I like my benefactor and bite the hand that feeds me. When I see you, I want to get close to you. I even dream of you, dream of being intimate with you, but you're so unpredictable and uncontrollable. Even if I work hard for 10,000 years, I still can't catch up to you, right? And yet, I yearn for your warmth so much. You don't have any other woman but me. Even if I'm just a 17-year-old girl, I'm special to you, aren't I? That's just wishful thinking. Because I like you. I like you so much that I want to shout it out loud. I really can't control myself. But I'm worried that you would hate me if you knew. If you don't hate me, then open the door to our home. If you do, just pretend that I'm having the most beautiful dream. Sheng Xiao's heart softened when he read the letter. He had exposed Mu Chi-Chi before and never gave her a chance to write a letter. Chapter 6:15. Moreover, how could he hate the little one whom he had spent so much effort raising? That little one really wanted a spanking on the butt. Sheng Xiao folded the letter into a very small square and kept it in the pocket of his windbreaker. He could keep the letter until he died. If his children and grandchildren were interested, they could take it out and study it in the future. After putting away the letter, Sheng Xiao turned his eyes to the closed door of the little mansion. When the little thing wanted to be romantic, she would do it one after another. She was very artistic, and he liked this. Then, he strode expectantly towards the little mansion. Behind the door was something he could not let go of for the rest of his life. Sheng Xiao reached out to push the door open, thinking that he would see his little one after opening it. However, Mu Chi-Chi seemed to be playing a game that night. There was a huge sea of roses in the living room of the little mansion, and in the middle of it was a wall of roses. The wedding ring he had asked the designer to make was embedded on the wall, and he did not expect that his little one would put it on the wall. But where was she? Sheng Xiao was about to turn around when a pair of slender arms came from behind and hugged him. Sheng Xiao smiled and was about to turn around, but Mu Chi-Chi did not let him. Do you recognize that pair of rings? Sheng Xiao was speechless. Where did it come from? He would never admit that he did not recognize it. You don't recognize it? It's fine. I know that it's a pair of rings. It was designed by someone who stared at the designer for 12 hours a day. So what? Sheng Xiao snorted softly. I thought you were going to hold it in until the end of time and hide it from me. You're such a thief. You actually gave it to Mom. Muchichi turned Sheng Xiao around and looked up at him. But I knew it was prepared for you the moment I saw the ring. It's in the shape of a six-pointed star, and our important dates and English names are engraved on the inside. I wouldn't have prepared that. Sheng Xiao reached out and took the ring from the rose bush. Put it on. You're my exclusive little one. Am I not? Muchichi retorted. Sheng Xiao lifted her hand and put the ring on her ring finger. The six-pointed diamond ring shone brightly. Not only that, Sheng Xiao even lifted her hand and kissed it softly. Now it's complete. Muchichi took off the ring on the wall and slid it between his fingers. Everything I have belongs to you, whether it's my body or my soul. Even if I have nothing, I will follow you to the ends of the earth and love you for the rest of my life. At that, Sheng Xiao lifted her chin. He wanted to kiss her, but remembered that they were in the small mansion. Don't worry, Annie took the baby to Uncle's old home. Baby. At those two words, Sheng Xiao suddenly thought that it would be the most wonderful thing in the world if he could have a baby that looked 70% like Muchichi in his arms. However, she was still too young. He didn't want to deprive her of the right to be happy and have to bear the responsibility of a mother. That would be too unfair to her. Seeing that Sheng Xiao did not move, Muchichi stood on her tiptoes and kissed the man's thin lips. But just as Sheng Xiao was about to carry her, she blocked his chest. I learned how to make steak from Annie. Won't you do me the honor and try it? And do you know how hard it is to decorate the dining car outside? Sheng Xiao looked at the little one and pinched her ear. I'll let you go for now. Muchichi broke free from Sheng Xiao's embrace and went to the kitchen. After a while, she put the plate in the dining car. I wanted to learn to be a good wife and mother and take care of your food and clothing. I don't need a nanny. I knew you would answer like that. Just take care of my heart, Sheng Xiao said lazily. Then, he took another bite of the steak. How is it? Sheng Xiao put down his knife and fork, wiped his mouth, and got up. He directly carried Muchichi. I forbid you from entering the kitchen from now on. I prefer you to feed me in other ways. Sheng Xiao thought that the surprise of the night was over when they had dinner. He did not expect that there would be more romance in the bedroom. Muchichi's room was not big, but unexpectedly, there was a huge bathtub in the middle of the room. She had asked someone to make it. Men actually like these simple and rough things the most. In order to feed him, the stomach was actually the second most important thing. When Sheng Xiao saw that the water was ready, he lifted Muchichi's chin and said, Are you that bad? You like it? Muchichi answered confidently. Was there a need to say it? Of course he liked it. The most direct way to like a woman was to occupy her inch by inch, whether it was her body or her soul. In general, he liked it when the little one would open up for him from time to time. Because for him, what else in this world could please him? It was nothing more than doing the happiest thing in the world with the little one. Tonight, the little mansion was full of romance and ambiguity. Muchichi thought that she did not have to look at the taillights of Sheng Xiao's car like she said in the confession letter. Because now, the man was beside her, inside her body. At the same time, Feng Shanshan was watching TV alone in the living room. Because she could finally understand what it meant to be awkward. She had learned a lot about Tang Yan from the professor during the day. Now that she was looking at the person in question, she did not know how to face Tang Yan. She did not know whether she should be good to him or not. But just as she was thinking seriously, Tang Yan's doorbell rang. Feng Shanshan thought it was the property management again, so she went to open the door barefoot. But she saw a man and a woman standing outside the door. Their expressions were also very surprised. Who are you? Feng Shanshan was stunned for a moment, but she could feel the hostility from the other party. I'm just a tenant. Feng Shanshan casually made up an identity. But what kind of person was Tang Yan? He was a neat freak, and he disliked people entering his house the most. It would be strange if he had a tenant. At this time, Tang Yan also came out of the study. When he saw the two people outside the door, he frowned. Your guest. Come in, Tang Yan said directly. The two of them rushed into Tang Yan's living room. But a few minutes later, they started arguing. It was mainly the woman's voice. It's only been 2 years since Xiao Jie passed away, And you already have a new lover? And you even brought her home. This is the house you bought for Xiao Jia. How can there be another woman here? Feng Shanshan was speechless. Damn it. Couldn't they be quieter when they were arguing? She could not even focus on the TV. Chapter 616. Last month, we lost some money in business. We wanted to ask for Xiao Jia's bank card back. Hasn't it been kept by you? Tang Yin looked up at his ex-girlfriend's brother and sister-in-law with a cold expression. I don't have her bank card here. Nonsense. When you bought this house, she said that she gave the card to you and asked you to be in charge of the renovation, Ren Jia's brother said. I returned it to her. I didn't use a single cent of her money for everything here, Tang Yin replied. Tang Yin, I didn't expect you to be such a person. Xiao Jia is already gone. Shouldn't you return what belongs to her to us? After all, we're her family. Feng Shanshan couldn't take it anymore, so she pushed the door open and entered the study. She said to the two of them, I think you can try asking another man where your sister's money was spent. When the two of them heard this, their faces turned red. Tang Yin, I didn't expect you to say such a thing. He didn't tell me. He never mentioned your sister at all. Feng Shanshan crossed her arms and looked like she was watching a show. I don't know how you have the face to come here. Actually, this is good. Shouldn't your family pay for your sister's medical expenses? Tang, you even paid for it. After all, you're family. The two of them didn't expect Feng Shanshan to be so eloquent. They were speechless. Tang Yin, is this how you humiliate Xiao Jia? I've really misjudged you. I'll help Tang Yin calculate the medical expenses later. I can round it off for you. This house is old, so it can be renovated. When the two of them heard Feng Shanshan's serious tone, they waved their hands and said, Let's go ask elsewhere. We'll leave right away. Where's her attitude when she scolded them just now? Feng Shanshan looked at the two of them, leaving mockingly. She was really disdainful. Everyone says that I have a bad taste in people. You might as well give in, Feng Shanshan mocked. I'll go back to live after I've finished renovating the house. Tang Yin was speechless. After saying that, Feng Shanshan was about to leave, but Tang Yin grabbed her arm. I didn't use anyone's money to buy this house, and I didn't buy it for anyone. It's just that this is where I lived when I was young. That's all, Tang Yin explained. That girl lived there before. Yes. Then I still have to move. Feng Shanshan struggled out of his grasp. Tang Yin, you might be mistaken. The place where you lived when you were young might be next door. Feng Shanshan pointed at her house. However, Tang Yin looked at Feng Shanshan without saying a word. Are you jealous? If I admit that I'm jealous, will you move? I'll live next door. Tang Yan's eyes lit up, but he did not say anything. Perhaps Feng Shanshan felt that this was indeed a little too much. So she said, I can tolerate this being your study, but I won't allow you to live here. You eat and live in my house, and this is your studio. That doesn't count as you leaving your parents, does it? Move or not? Move. Tang Yin answered straightforwardly. Feng Shanshan was finally satisfied when she heard this word. She smiled. I'll get someone to smash the walls of the two courtyards tomorrow. So, you admit that you're jealous? Tang Yin was still struggling with this question. Anyone would feel uncomfortable. If you think that I'm jealous, then so be it. Feng Shanshan replied proudly. But can you blacklist those two people from now on and never ask about them again? Haven't you done enough? You even want to support their family? Do you think you're Shang Xiao who earns 100 million a day? No. I should say that even if Shang Xiao earns 100 million a day, he won't do such a stupid thing. I'm not good at solving these things, Tang Yin said straightforwardly. Go my ass. Feng Shanshan cursed. When facing shameless people, it's the easiest to throw them out. Let's not talk about it anymore. I'm going to sleep. I still have to get a master to smash the walls tomorrow. Tear down your room and make it a big workshop. I can also do experiments in it. Why didn't I think of it earlier? Tang Yin watched Feng Shanshan walk out of the study and secretly curled his lips. This was the advantage of having someone to take care of him. Fortunately, Feng Shanshan was a little bad and refused to suffer losses. If it were someone else, he wouldn't care about Shangxin. Of course, if these two people met Muqiqi, they might end up worse. After all, Sheng Xiao was good at scheming behind people's backs. He could always make you die without knowing it. It was almost New Year's Eve. Many people in the circle had already received the news. They knew that Sheng Xiao would definitely be in the limelight this time. After all, he was a famous young entrepreneur. But as the news spread, it changed in the ears of some people. For example, Sheng Kai and Yi Jingxing. Sheng Kai hated Sheng Xiao, but Yi Jingxing hated Mu Qiqi even more. Sheng Kai could not do anything to Sheng Xiao for now, but Yi Jingxing might not. If Sheng Xiao attended the state banquet, it meant that his image must be absolutely positive and positive. However, Mu Qiqi was Sheng Xiao's wife. She poisoned her own sister. What right did she have to be in this glory? Moreover, if this matter was blown up before New Year's Eve, could Mu Qiqi and Sheng Xiao still attend the state banquet with a clear conscience? He really wanted to see it. Early in the morning, in the Banyan courtyard, they were discussing the issue of image. Grandpa Shun came to the Banyan courtyard for breakfast and started to lecture Mu Qiqi. Now that Sheng Xiao is a famous entrepreneur and he's going to the state banquet, you can't continue to be wild. You have to pay attention to your image and don't drag Sheng Xiao down. You are the granddaughter of the Shun family. You have to remember this. Grandpa, don't you know me? Usually, other than going to school, the police station, or accompanying Xiao Xiao to work in Zhongting, I don't even go to the bars that my peers like to go to. Mu Qiqi felt wronged. Well, Qiqi is really a good girl. Mama Sheng quickly spoke up for her. I was thinking of having a reunion dinner with everyone on New Year's Eve. But since they're going to the state banquet, let's prepare it on the first day of the new year. I will discuss this matter with Huang Yu, Mama Sheng said with a smile. Mu Qiqi probably did not expect that she would be mired in a scandal after promising Grandpa Shun in the morning. Still, Mu Qiqi wasn't a pushover now. At 10 o'clock in the morning, the criminal investigation team received a report about a murder case in the slums. A girl in her 20s was burned into charcoal. Why did the slums come to us to report it? Where's the police in the district? The team members complained helplessly. It's the new year now. There are not many police officers. It's normal for them to be transferred here. Chapter 617. The police rushed to the burnt house immediately. The body was on the empty ground not far away. Captain Tang, the house was badly burned. After the fire was put out, we searched the house and found these things. The police passed the items they had found to Tang Yen. The student ID of the nursing school, and some other things that could prove her identity. But that was not the most important thing. According to the student ID, the girl's name was Mu Tongxue. Everyone was shocked when they saw it. Wasn't this Mu Qiqi's sister? Coincidentally, Feng Shanshan was smashing the wall at home today, and Mu Qiqi was preparing for the state banquet at home. So, it was the senior from the forensics team who went out to the field. Can you confirm her identity? Tang Yin asked the forensic doctor. Based on the degree of burn, we can confirm that the victim is a female between the ages of 18 to 22. As for the rest, we can only tell you after the autopsy. Confirm if the victim is Mu Qiqi's sister as soon as possible, Tang Yin said. It was not easy to deceive him. After all, Yi Jingxing had just returned and was looking for Mu Tongxue. But now Mu Tongxue was dead here. He did not believe that there was no story behind it. As for what the secret was, he would only know after the investigation. If you want to confirm if this is Mu Qiqi's sister, call her back to the lab. I'll do a DNA comparison. Then, we'll know, the forensic doctor said. Tang Yin nodded. Then he called Mu Qiqi. Do you have time? Go back to the police station. There's a case in the morning. It's related to you. Mu Qiqi's body stiffened when she heard Tang Yan's words. I'll be there right away. Mu Qiqi was trying on clothes at home. But when she received Tang Yan's call, she did not delay. After all, Tang Yan said that the case was related to her. Mama Sheng drove Mu Qiqi to the police station personally. When Tang Yan saw Mu Qiqi, he said, "We found a burnt body in the slums. It might be your sister." Mu Qiqi's heart skipped a beat. Although she did not believe that Mu Tongxue would be killed, what if it was? That was why she went to the morgue. After all, she was the one who understood Mu Tongxue the most in this world. Looking at the charred corpse lying on the autopsy table, Mu Qiqi's thoughts were immediately pulled back to Su Ziqing's death. It was the same, lying on the bed, burnt to a crisp. Qiqi, for accuracy, let's do a DNA comparison first. You can take a look at the body later, the senior from the forensics team told her. Mu Qiqi glanced at the charred corpse and nodded. All right. After collecting the sample, Mu Qiqi returned to the morgue. But when she got close to the corpse, she could clearly feel that it was not Mu Tongxue. No. Tang Yin leaned against the door. Seeing that she had come to a conclusion, he asked, Evidence. Although this corpse is very close to our age, she had never given birth. Moreover, even if she was burnt to a crisp, I could be sure that this is not Mu Tongxue with delicate skin and flesh. The joints of the corpse's hands are relatively thick, and the knees are severely damaged. Look at her bones carefully. There are many scars on her limbs, and they have been worn over the years. That means that the owner of this corpse has lived in a relatively harsh environment for many years. In her clenched fist, there's only a little skin tissue left to prove that her skin is rough, which does not match Mu Tongxue at all. But she died in the slum house that you prepared for Mu Tongxue, Tang Yin emphasized. No, she wasn't burned to death. We've seen cases of people being burned to death before. The body was charred, but it was still lying flat. This can only mean one thing. When the fire started, she was no longer breathing. We can also draw this conclusion from her nose and lungs, Mu Qiqi said. You still don't understand what I mean. Tang Yin looked at Mu Qiqi seriously. Someone set up a trap to lure you. They are targeting you. What you need to know now is the motive of this person. Captain Tang suspects that someone found the corpse and pretended to be Mu Tongxue to cause trouble. It's easy to find out whether they killed someone or stole the corpse. But you have to know what the person behind this is trying to do as soon as possible. You might be able to guess who the person behind this is. After all, he is the only one who wants to contact Mu Tongxue. But I don't have a clue what he wants to do. Mu Qiqi thought about it carefully and answered. This matter does not belong to our jurisdiction. Another team will come and take over soon. Although the informant called us, in principle, we have to hand over the case. After all, this is not a special case. I understand, Captain Tang. That's why I asked you to come over for the autopsy. I want you to be mentally prepared. While the two of them were talking, the team in charge of the burnt corpse case had already arrived at the entrance of the police station. Seeing Mu Qiqi, the captain smiled and said, I heard that the person who died is your sister. I've examined the corpse. It's not her. Our forensics team will give me an answer whether it's true or not. We don't need your team to worry about the cases in our jurisdiction. At the same time, Mu Qiqi, you should go back with me and help with the investigation. After all, that house is where your sister used to live, and the things found in it all point to your sister. We've already done a DNA comparison. It will be out soon, the senior from the forensics team interrupted. Then we'll talk about it when it's out. Having said that, he turned around and left. His tone was arrogant and very annoying. It seems that the police will not give us any face. Not long after Tang Yin finished speaking, Mu Tongxue's case became a hot topic in the afternoon. After all, Mu Qiqi and Sheng Xiao had always been famous in Jianchuan. Moreover, the matter between her, the Mu family, and Mu Tongxue was a hot topic that everyone knew. So, once something happened to Mu Tongxue, the matter immediately started to spread. Her sister's tragic death is related to the grudge of the past. Mu Tongxue's death might be related to her sister. A thought in heaven and a thought in hell. Her sister enjoyed a happy life, but she lost her life. They did not dare to directly mention Sheng Xiao's name, but it was not much better. The conspiracy theories and speculations were nothing more than to attract the attention of the public. They wanted to ride on the popularity. In just a short afternoon, Mu Qiqi's case had become a hot topic in the city. Even Feng Shanshan, who was smashing the wall at home, received the news. So, she immediately called Mu Qiqi. Is your sister dead? Chapter 618. I don't believe that there's no mastermind behind all this, said Feng Shanshan. Feng Shanshan said. Moreover, The audience has clearly been led astray. Now, no one cares if the person who died is Mu Tongxue, because it's about the grudge between you two from the past, and with someone adding fuel to the fire, everyone wants to take the opportunity to mock you. Who asked you to be Sheng Zhao's woman? They used to be envious and jealous of you. Now, all of them are venting their anger on you. There's no one else but Yi Jingsheng. Mu Qiqi chuckled. I'm afraid he's not only trying to find trouble with me. There's another more important reason. He wants to find Mu Tongxue. Is he out of his mind? Feng Shanshan really could not understand Yi Jingsheng's thoughts. Maybe he really likes Mu Tongxue, said Mu Qiqi. However, Sheng Xiao had not called her yet. She did not know if he had seen the news. Sheng Xiao had 3 meetings in the afternoon. However, Su Che had already informed the media in advance to suppress the news. After Sheng Zhao's meetings, they would think of a specific strategy. President, Madam is on the news. When the secretary saw Sheng Xiao coming out, she quickly passed him the phone. But Special Assistant Su has already informed the media to suppress the news. Now, he has gone out to investigate the truth. After Sheng Xiao read the news, the corner of his mouth slowly curled up. There was a hint of danger in his smile. Of course, there was also a hint of mockery. Fortunately, Su Che's reaction was fast enough. He did not wait for him to give the order. It was worth praising. It's not enough to just give the media an order. We need to threaten and give them an ultimatum. The state banquet was tomorrow night. But before that, they deliberately arranged such a big show. Was it to stop his little one from attending the banquet? Or was it to threaten him to hand over Mu Tongxue? Thinking of this, Sheng Xiao immediately called Mu Qiqi. Where are you? In the police station, answered Mu Qiqi. Have you seen the news? The body is not Mu Tongxue, right? You know, Mu Qiqi exclaimed. Then, she realized something like this could not be hidden from Sheng Xiao's eyes. Someone is deliberately trying to pull me out of the water. Xiao Xiao, Grandpa called me just now. I think he's right. I want to accompany you to the state banquet tomorrow because it's not good for me to show my face. If I agitate the netizens and harm Zhongting, I'll feel very bad. I haven't said anything yet. Stop making decisions, you stinky thing. I'll handle this, Sheng Xiao said to Mu Qiqi. If you're involved, then it's very likely that you've been included in the scheme as well. Plotting against me? Sheng Xiao's tone was full of mockery. It seems that someone is tired of living. Even if Yi Jingsheng did it, he did it very discreetly. It would not be easy to find trouble with him. However, his move was vicious enough. Now that Zhongting was paying attention to a positive image, such a scandal was created because of Mu Qiqi. Should Sheng Xiao help her or not? Whatever the image, Sheng Xiao's decision to bring Mu Qiqi along had never changed and would never change. Even when secretary he called him and advised him to be careful, he did not change his mind about bringing Mu Qiqi along. Brother, think about it carefully. If you really want to bring sister-in-law to the state banquet, then you have to solve her scandal within a day. Otherwise, if she goes to the state banquet, won't it be a slap to everyone's face? You have to know that such an occasion is not an ordinary banquet. I know. Don't worry. Under the pressure of Zhongting, it should not be difficult to make it disappear from the hot search list. The problem was how to deal with the mastermind behind this, Yi Jingsheng. That afternoon, the DNA comparison report was out. The victim was indeed not Mu Tongxue, but the matter was already out of control. This Yi Jingsheng is really disgusting. Knowing that Mu Qiqi was in trouble, Feng Shanshan did not even break the wall and went straight to the police station. At this time, Tang Yin said coldly, "You need evidence to speak and do things." Feng Shanshan ignored him and asked Mu Qiqi, "Anyway, have you thought of a solution?" I guess Yi Jingsheng must have a bold plan in mind when he made such an arrangement. He thinks that by doing this, the public will misunderstand that the victim is Mu Tongxue. Then, we will hand over the real Mu Tongxue to clear the misunderstanding. He always thought that Mu Tongxue is in my hands. Mu Qiqi thought of this possibility. But if he really thinks so, he will lose. Because I really don't know where Mu Tongxue is. You have to pretend that you know even if you don't know. You have to trick that bastard to death. Mu Qiqi smiled. It seems that there is no other way. I can only choose the most direct way, which is to talk to the netizens, although I don't want to be famous at all. No, the victim is not Mu Tongxue. The police will clear this up sooner or later. Why do you need to talk to them? That's because Yi Jingxing knows that tomorrow is an important day. I have to be innocent. Mu Qiqi smiled helplessly. What day is it? The state banquet. Hearing this, Feng Shanshan suddenly realized something. That bastard is really good at calculating. Mu Qiqi did not say anything else. She only greeted the people at the police station and left. Sheng Zhao's car was waiting outside. Mu Qiqi was afraid that there would be reporters waiting outside, so she quickly went to open the door. Sheng Zhao smiled when he saw her. What are you afraid of? I'm afraid of trouble, said Mu Qiqi. I'm even more afraid of causing trouble for you. You don't have to worry about anything. You just need to attend the banquet with me in your best state tomorrow. Sheng Zhao hugged Mu Qiqi's waist comfortingly. I've arranged an interview for you tomorrow morning. By then, you just need to do what you're best at. Leave Yi Jingsheng to me. Does he want to know where Mu Tongxue is? He will never get it in this life, said Sheng Zhao, holding Mu Qiqi's head tightly. Will it really not affect your image? Will it make you lose face at the state banquet? The company has a public relations team. Do you think my team is on the same level as Huang Yao? This team is dug out from the entertainment industry. Sheng Zhao's tone was relaxed and extremely confident. They know better than you what the bloodthirsty netizens like. As for the other scores, we'll settle them after the state banquet. Mu Qiqi looked up at her man's eyes and nodded. Don't worry. I'll cooperate with you tomorrow. If Secretary he really thinks that I'm not suitable to appear at the state banquet, I'll listen to your arrangement. Although I trust you, I won't be disappointed if I can't go. At most, I'll cheer for you on TV. You're quite open-minded. Sheng Zhao did not say anything else. He did not need Mu Qiqi to know some things. Yi Jingcheng thought too highly of himself. Did he think that he could play with him just because he knew how to act? He was really daydreaming. Chapter 619. In fact, Yi Jingsheng had found the best team of blackmailers in the entertainment industry. Even if the news was suppressed, it would come back again with another trending topic. His purpose was clear. He wanted to make Mu Qiqi suffer. He knew that after the body was found to be not Mu Tongxue's, this matter would be cleared up. It would not be a threat to Sheng Zhao to hand over Mu Tongxue, but he had already thought of a countermeasure. Even if Mu Qiqi cleared up the matter, he still had other plans. How could he only prepare one script? The news spread like wildfire. In the hospital, even Grandpa Sheng could hear the nurses gossiping. This was one of the reasons why he objected to Mu Qiqi and Sheng Zhao being together. Her birth would make the people around her suffer a lot of ridicule and humiliation. Sheng Zhao would attend the state banquet tomorrow. But Mu Qiqi was being harassed by the media at this critical moment. Wasn't she deliberately making things difficult for Sheng Zhao? Grandpa Sheng's face darkened the whole night. But when he thought about it carefully, with Sheng Zhao's ability, he always got through it safely. It was not his place to worry about it. But when he thought of Mu Qiqi's complicated and disgraceful birth, he pouted unhappily. When Sheng Bowen entered the room, he saw Grandpa Sheng's awkward expression. He could guess what was going on, so he smiled. I came from Huang Yao to see you. I've been busy for the whole day. Don't you feel sorry for me? As long as Mu Qiqi's birth is not solved, Sheng Zhao will be criticized. Their mouths belong to them. We can't control what they say. But if it gets out of hand, it will be ugly. Most importantly, this matter can be used by people with ulterior motives at any time. Grandpa Sheng was a little helpless. I don't want that girl to be separated from Sheng Zhao. I just think that if she can solve this problem, she will not be a burden to Sheng Zhao. Grandpa Sheng used the word burden, but he knew very well that even if it was not Mu Qiqi, no one would choose their birth. I can't say anything about sister-in-law and her twin sister. After all, I don't know what happened between them, but I believe in sister-in-law and Sheng Zhao's judgment. Grandpa Sheng thought for a while and finally waved his hand. I'll see how Sheng Zhao attends the state banquet tomorrow. For Sheng Zhao, if he did not show up at the state banquet with Xiao Qi'er tomorrow, he would have no one to share his joy with. So no matter how others try to stop him, he would definitely bring the little thing along with him. Still, that did not stop her imagination from running wild. She was afraid that she would embarrass Sheng Xiao, afraid that her birth would become a laughing stock for him, which was why she was extremely nervous even in her dreams. This has nothing to do with Xiao Xiao. It has nothing to do with Xiao Xiao. Don't talk nonsense. My mommy is not a bitch. Sheng Xiao was woken up by her. He propped himself up and looked at Mu Chi-Chi, who was sweating profusely while having a nightmare. Then, he gently caressed her head. When she relaxed, he lifted the blanket, put on a black robe, and went to the study. It was only 3 in the morning. He had never thought that going to the state banquet would bring so much pressure to Xiao Qi, but it was precisely because of that he would bring her to the banquet regardless of the consequences. Because he wanted to tell others that he did not mind them talking about Qi-er's family background. On the other hand, Yi Jingsheng was really tired of living. Did he want to look for Mu Tongxue? It was not that he could not, but he might have to suffer a lot. So, at 3 in the morning, Sheng Xiao called Su Che. I have some voice recordings here. Help me find a few voice actors who are good at imitating. I want the results before dawn tomorrow. Receiving the task in the middle of the night, Su Che could only get up from his bed. He knew that Sheng Xiao was suppressing the fire in his heart under Yi Jingsheng's provocation. If it were in the past, he would have hung Yi Jingsheng on the mountain and exposed him to the sun. But after half a year of settling down, he had matured a lot. He would never leave any traces behind, because he would not give his enemies any chance to attack him. The next day, Zhongting arranged an interview at 10 in the morning. So, Mu Chi-Chi went to the police station to report first. The corpse was stolen, and the fire was set on purpose. This case is specially made for you. Feng Shanshan pointed at the corpse and said to Mu Chi-Chi, Tang Yin has brought people to verify the origin of the corpse early in the morning. After all, the corpse is 22 or 23 years old, and it's a fresh corpse. There shouldn't be many people who fit the criteria. Now that you have become the target of public criticism, what is your Sheng CEO going to do? I've already arranged an interview to clarify the matter. Mu Chi-Chi shrugged. Even if you clarify the matter, you won't be able to get rid of the impact this matter has on your image. How are you going to attend the state banquet tonight? My image has never been good, Mu Chi-Chi said with mixed feelings. My birth, the grudge between Mu Tongxue and me, these are unchangeable facts, especially the fact that Mu Tongxue and I have 2 different fathers. How can it be good? Feng Shanshan shook her head after hearing that. It's also sad to be a group pet. If your life is too perfect, God will be jealous. Are you going to eat Jingxing go just like that? Mu Chi-Chi shook her head. I'm not a good person, but I'll go to Zhongting for the interview first. Let me know when you get the results. Feng Shanshan nodded. Go ahead. Not only was Mu Chi-Chi not a good person, but she also held a grudge. Yi Jingxing's bullying when he was young was still before he came back to China and stirred up trouble. But now that he was back, he was still so unscrupulous. Wasn't he looking down on her too much? Will this girl do something worrisome? The professor was a little worried. No, she won't. Feng Shanshan denied it directly. She learned from Sheng Xiao. She won't be stupid enough to expose herself. It's stupid to sacrifice herself for some unworthy people. But this is a personal grudge. Let's see how she deals with it. It's a good state banquet. How embarrassing. The person behind this is too wicked. Feng Shanshan did not say anything. She just wanted to see what would happen to Yi Jingsheng. It might be okay to provoke Mu Chi-Chi. Although she wanted to take revenge, Mu Chi-Chi would not go too far. But Sheng Xiao was different. Yi Jingxing was stepping on Sheng Xiao's bottom line. Chapter 620. At 9 o'clock in the morning, Sheng Xiao received another call from Secretary He in his office in Zhongting. Brother, are you still planning to bring sister-in-law to the banquet? You have to know that your image is related to everyone's image. It's not that I don't like sister-in-law, but it's not suitable for her to appear at the banquet at this moment. Secretary, when Sheng Xiao was about to answer, Mu Chi-Chi took the phone away from him. Don't worry, Secretary, I won't go. I know the big picture. Sheng Xiao frowned. But Mu Chi smiled. Don't let yourself decide everything. You should ask for my opinion first. Sheng Xiao looked at Mu Chi without saying a word. Mu Chi continued, I can't change my background. I can't change the fact that I have two fathers. Although I don't want to admit it, the world is full of gossip. Xiao, it's not bad to be more mature. Even if I go up tonight, I won't have the confidence because I'll always be under the protection of your wings. I don't have the confidence to argue with others. So, can you just give me a break? Sheng Xiao looked at Mu Chi for a long time. Suddenly, he put his arm around her neck and pulled her closer to him. Do you know what you're saying? Of course I know, Mu Chi replied. Don't let me go to such a banquet with a guilty conscience. I'll feel uncomfortable when I'm sure that I have the ability to appear with you. Not to mention 1 Yi Jingsheng. Even 10 Yi Jingsheng won't be able to stop me. Little one, don't say such discouraging words. The interview hasn't started yet. How can you be so sure that you don't have the confidence? In my heart, you've always been many times better than those rich young ladies who only know how to put on airs. Why do you have so little confidence in yourself? Because I don't want you to disappoint your teammates who are on the same side with you because of me. So, you're saying that you don't believe that I can handle your image well. They had been together for more than 2 years, and in those 2 years, they had never had a disagreement over such an issue. Of course, Sheng Xiao had to admit that his little one had always listened to his arrangements and trusted him wholeheartedly. You know that's not what I mean. I just want to protect you. We've been together for so long, and we even wear wedding rings, but I've never done anything for you. Sheng Xiao said nothing, but he could feel that the little one's wings were getting stronger. He had already begun to have his own ideas, and he was determined to stick to them. President, the interview is about to begin. Outside the door, the secretary didn't know that the two were arguing, so she knocked on the door to remind him. Sheng Xiao withdrew his gaze and answered in a low voice, I understand. I'll go do the interview first. Mu Chi turned around, but after a few steps, she turned back and hugged Sheng Xiao tightly. Don't look so pitiful, okay? My heart will ache. Sheng Xiao sneered. I just want to strip you naked and spank your ass. Wait for my interview. Having said that, Mu Chi walked out of Sheng Xiao's office and followed behind the secretary. What could Sheng Xiao do? Of course, he followed her out. The interview was held in the VIP room of Zhongting, and it was in the form of a live broadcast. There were live broadcast platforms everywhere now, so that the information could directly satisfy the psychological needs of the audience. Mu Chi simply touched up her makeup and sat down in front of the camera. The person interviewing her was Fong Lan, the columnist of the best news media in the country. She was very easygoing, and it was obvious that she was very cultured. Miss Mu, you can start now. Just make an okay gesture. It's a live broadcast today, so you don't have to be nervous. Just answer the questions truthfully. Mu Chi nodded and made an okay gesture. Fong Lan quickly got into the mood, faced the camera, and said her opening remarks. This is Real Person Chronicle. Welcome to our live interview. I'm Fong Lan. Since yesterday, there's a person. She's not a media figure, but she's at the top of the hot search list. She's not an entertainment star either, but she's a hot topic. Today, we're interviewing the person involved in this matter, Miss Mu Chi. Mu Chi looked at the camera and greeted the audience. Then, the questions we're going to ask today are relatively sharp. If you encounter any questions that you don't want to answer, you could just say it. Mu Chi nodded. First of all, we want to know, is the body found yesterday morning your sister? No, Mu Chi replied immediately. It's confirmed that it's not. I'm sorry, but it's not convenient for me to reveal the details. I understand. After all, it's related to the case. Then, let's talk about the story of you and your sister. I believe you've seen the topics outside, haven't you? Mu Chi thought about it and nodded again. Yes, it's hard not to see. What do you think about the topic of you enjoying life while your sister is suffering? I don't really see it. I just don't understand. Did the netizens lose their memories? First of all, my sister killed my grandmother and framed me for it. She stole my college entrance examination results and indirectly killed our mother. Why shouldn't she suffer? Should she still be enjoying life? Mu Chi answered naturally. Then, I want to ask a sharper question. What do you think about the fact that you and your sister have two fathers? Muchichi looked at the reporter. She really knew how to ask the most explosive questions. To be honest, I've thought about running away because I know that this matter might bring ridicule and hurt to the people around me. But it's not something I can choose. What can I think about it? In this world, the last thing a person can choose is their family background. I've told myself that I have a good family, a husband who loves me, and friends who support me. My life is very complete, so I don't need to care about these malicious mockery. However, when it's set out in the open, I can't just ignore it. But what did I do wrong? Are you afraid? Fong Lan asked again seriously. Afraid? Muchichi was stunned for a few seconds. Then, she said, the body is not my sister's, but the news is spread to every household. It's as if I've become a murderer overnight. Are you asking me if I'm afraid? I'm not afraid. Why should I be afraid? If I'm afraid, won't the person who wants to destroy me get what he wants? Chapter 621. Miss Mu, do you mean that this is a trap? Fong Lan asked, catching on to the main point in her words. Miss Fong, think about it carefully. My sister's body was found disguised as my sister's body in her house. Then, they bypassed the police station at the scene of the crime and reported it to the crime squad that I'm in. Then, an overwhelming amount of scandals came one after another. Doesn't this seem like a meticulous plan? I'm guessing that if I were to be interviewed by a live broadcast, the conclusion that I'm suffering from persecutory delusions would come out soon. Fong Lan thought about it carefully and smiled. Speaking of which, it seems to make some sense. Isn't everyone concerned about who disguised my sister with a corpse? Isn't everyone concerned about the case itself? What happened between me and my sister is old news. What's so fresh about it? Most importantly, the person behind this must hide well and not let me find out. You're committing a crime, and the law will let you know how to behave. That seemed to be the case. Who was the one who disguised Mu Tanxue? Who was the one who died? And who was the mastermind behind all this? That was the question that the spectators should be paying attention to. I'm ashamed. I'm just a forensic assistant now, but I've been fortunate enough to be involved in many cases. Our job is to comfort the dead, or in other words, to provide clues for the culprit. I've learned a lot in the police station and seen a lot of dark and negative things. I thought that my job would at least earn me a little respect from others, so as to eliminate the negative influence of my background. But I realized that the netizens like to watch a drama. It has nothing to do with a person's identity or profession, and they don't care what you've done behind the scenes. Are you disappointed? Fong Lan asked in return. A little. I still hope that there's more sunlight out there. Then do you regret choosing to be a forensic doctor? In the last case, an old couple in their 60s lost their only son. What's important is that their child was a hardworking young man who lost his precious life because of a very daily conflict. When we saw the old couple, it was very sad. At that time, it was the only thing we could do for them when we thought of our own identities and gave them an explanation. I don't regret my choice, but I also hope that the outside world won't deny me because of something I can't choose. That would make me very sad. Fong Lan was very sure that Muchichi's words were meant to divert the audience's attention. In fact, the effect was not bad, because the questions she threw out were very interesting. Her last sentence was obviously putting the conscience of the netizens who were watching the show on the grill. He even attacked someone who was trying his best to seek justice for the dead. Did he even have a heart? It reminded them of the time when Muchichi was investigating the murder case of Gu Ziling's uncle's ex-wife. She had braved the terrible weather to investigate the crime scene. How did a 20-year-old girl who was running around in order to become a forensic doctor end up provoking a mob on the internet? If Muchichi was an ignorant and incompetent rich second generation, it would be fine. But now that she said that, I really can't bear it. How much courage does it take for a girl to become a forensic doctor? She was trying to seek justice for the dead while the netizens stabbed her in the back. I really hope that when those people commit crimes in the future, they will encounter Muchichi's autopsy. Different voices began to appear on the internet. The people in the police station were also watching Muchichi's interview live. After listening to Mu Qiqi's words, Feng Shanshan could not help but say to the professor, Captain Tang, we'll be very busy from now on. The chief will definitely give him a deadline to solve the case. Then, Tang Yin led the team back to the police station. We found the source of the body. On Mu Qiqi's side, the interview was still going on. However, the topic had shifted to why she did not walk the path of a socialite, but resolutely chose to become a forensic doctor. Of course, this was also part of the reason why the public's attention was diverted. Because many people misunderstood you because they did not understand you. More importantly, when Mu Qiqi was being interviewed, if there were a lot of hate posts appearing on the internet, her IP address would definitely be exposed. Coincidentally, there was indeed a group of people who were like disgusting maggots, hiding in the dark and doing disgusting things. However, this group of people was soon targeted by the police station. Since someone deliberately disguised Mu Tongshua's body and hired the Internet Water Army to smear Mu Qiqi's name, it meant that there was a close relationship between the two. If they could find this group of haters, they might be able to find the person who stole the body. At the end of Mu Qiqi's interview, the public's opinion had changed. If someone dared to smear the people's forensic doctor again, he would not be a human, but a piece of trash. After Yi Jingcheng saw Mu Qiqi's interview, he smashed his computer. What selfless forensic doctor? She was just a B*TCH who poisoned her sister. However, when he wanted to contact the Black Gang, the police had already located them. At the same time, an unfamiliar number was dialed in his phone. Yi Jingcheng looked at the blinking number and had a hunch. So, he quickly picked up the call. Brother Jingcheng, save me. When Yi Jingcheng heard the voice, he immediately stood up from the sofa. Tang Xue? Is that Tang Xue? Sheng Zhao's people are chasing me. Come and save me. I'm so scared. When he heard Mu Tongshue's voice, Yi Jingcheng completely lost himself. He was in a mess. How could he still care about Mu Qiqi now? He only wanted to find Mu Tongxue now. But he did not know that Sheng Zhao had asked someone to imitate Mu Tongshue's voice to make the call. He deliberately made Yi Jingcheng panic. Now, the game was in Sheng Zhao's hands. Save Mu Tongxue? Slowly. There was no need to rush. As for Mu Qiqi, Feng Shanshan had speculated that it would be difficult for Mu Qiqi to clear up the hatred the public had for her. After all, many people were prejudiced by their first impression. However, after watching the whole live broadcast, Feng Shanshan had to admit that Sheng Zhao's public relations team was really good, or Mu Qiqi was just pretending to be weak. Her speech about believing in the police and forensic doctors was really full of positive energy. It taught the netizens how to behave. All in all, now everyone felt that slandering an upright forensic doctor like Mu Qiqi was no different from a murderer. Sheng Zhao did not control Mu Qiqi's speech from the beginning to the end. He let her do whatever she wanted because he knew that this little one was up to no good. And the fact proved that he was right. Why couldn't she attend the state banquet tonight after her brainwashing speech? Chapter 622. Yi Jingcheng, on the other hand, was very anxious after he received Mu Tongshue's call. He did not know where to find Mu Tongxue, and he did not know if Mu Tongxue would call him again. Or perhaps, he was afraid that Mu Tongxue would be caught by Sheng Zhao. Of course, since this was a good show arranged by Sheng Zhao, Mu Tongxue would certainly call him again. But he was not in a mood to talk to Mu Qiqi anymore. He did not care if Mu Qiqi had cleared up the rumors or not. After half an hour of the interview, Mu Qiqi was completely different before and after the interview. When she got off the interview, she felt relieved. No matter what the result was, she had done her best. Sheng Zhao hooked his finger at her from behind the staff. Mu Qiqi ran over and hugged Sheng Zhao's waist naturally. Was my performance just now okay? Show her the comments on the internet. Sheng Zhao turned and ordered his secretary. The secretary nodded with a smile and passed the phone to her. Madam, it was a success. I have racked my brains to direct the public's attention to my identity as a forensic doctor, but I have to work harder in the future to be worthy of my profession. Mu Qiqi returned the phone to the secretary. What about Yi Jingcheng? Is there anything else he can do? He has no time to deal with you now. Sheng Xiao hugged Mu Qiqi. They walked out of the VIP room and returned to Sheng Xiao's office. What do you mean? Mu Tongxue called him. He is thinking about how to get news about Mu Tongxue now. Sheng Xiao sneered. Mu Qiqi thought that her man would not let Yi Jingsheng find Mu Tongshue's whereabouts so easily. There must be something fishy about it. Aren't you curious? Did Mu Tongxue really appear? She must be fake. Mu Qiqi patted her chest confidently. I know my man very well. He will not let Yi Jingsheng get away with it so easily. I have found him a top-notch dubber. Sheng Xiao's voice was cold and dangerous. It will take at least a year and a half to find her from my hands. Mu Qiqi laughed when she heard that. You're the best. After lunch with me, go home and try on some clothes while waiting for me. I want to see what kind of negative consequences will occur if I bring you to the state banquet. Mu Qiqi looked at him and knew that he was not joking. So, she nodded. Even so, I still have to show my attitude. If I'm not suitable to appear in the state banquet, I won't go. You're just trying to undermine me. Sheng Xiao did not say anything else. He only scolded her affectionately. Mu Qiqi laughed, but soon received a call from Feng Shanshan. The source of the corpse has been found. The people who framed you are also at the police station. Aren't you coming back at such an exciting moment? Mu Qiqi glanced at him and asked for his permission. I know the state banquet starts at 7. I'll be home before 3. Is my opinion important? Of course it's important. Mu Qiqi smiled coquettishly. You still listen to me? Sheng Xiao obviously did not believe her. The little one had hardened her wings and became arrogant. I must listen. You said it yourself. 3 o'clock. Sheng Xiao finally relented. Although the little one had clarified the matter in the interview and brainwashed the netizens, the matter still needed to be dealt with. Mu Qiqi hugged Sheng Xiao's waist again reluctantly and rubbed against his chest. Don't be afraid that I'll grow up. Even if I grow up, you'll always be the first, understand? Having said that, Mu Qiqi waved the wedding ring on her finger. Sheng Xiao did not stop her. Of course, he knew in his heart that the little one was no longer the Mu Qiqi of the past. However, it would be very inconvenient for her to wear a diamond ring as a forensic doctor. Thinking of that, Sheng Xiao made a mental note to make a special necklace for the little one. After Mu Qiqi left Zhongting, she went straight to the police station. At the moment, Tang Yin was interrogating the group of professional haters. What's the situation now? The stolen corpse is also from the slums. It's a woman who is the mistress of Big Brother. Her name is Song Xiao. She was dug up just a few days after she was buried. Poor thing. Feng Shanshan answered Mu Qiqi's question. The person who stole the corpse hasn't been found yet. It's not easy to find any clues. As for those haters, they still refuse to admit that they took the money. They only said that they hated you, so they were so agitated. It seems like they would rather be detained for 7 days. Tang Yin has already arranged for someone to check if there's any big income in their bank accounts recently. Someone deliberately set this up. Of course, they've thought about it carefully. Besides, we all know the punishment for stealing a corpse. For those people in the slums, a few months in jail in exchange for a change in their lives. Of course, they're willing to do it. Mu Qiqi said hatefully. It seems like someone is going against me. Is there any news from your CEO? How could there be no news? When Mu Qiqi was about to answer, her phone rang. Mu Qiqi looked at the phone number and picked it up. I'm Mu Qiqi. Qiqi, let's meet. Yi Jingqing sounded a little complicated on the other end of the phone. How is it? Are you willing to meet me? Thinking of this, Mu Qiqi was too lazy to think about how Yi Jingsheng got her number. She said, You don't have to go anywhere. I'll go to Yi Mansion to look for you. Then I'll wait for you. Are you crazy? Are you going to meet Yi Jingsheng alone? Mu Qiqi looked at Feng Shanshan and couldn't help but laugh. Who said I'm alone? Don't I still have you and Captain Tang? Feng Shanshan said, Why do you think I'll go? Because you're worried about me. Mu Qiqi exposed her. When Captain Tang's interrogation is over, I'll go and tell him. Feng Shanshan didn't say anything. As for whether Tang Yin was willing or not, it would depend on his answer. However, Feng Shanshan didn't expect that Tang Yin would agree immediately. When are we leaving? It won't take up much of Captain Tang's time. We'll leave now, said Muchichi. Feng Shanshan didn't know what Tang Yin was thinking, but she seemed to be able to guess what was going on in his mind. He was definitely not just accompanying Muchichi to meet someone. And why did Muchichi need Tang Yin? It was not only because of his skills, but also because of his meticulous mind. In this regard, because of his profession, Muchichi felt that his mind was completely on par with Sheng Zhao's. He might be able to get a lot of useful information. Chapter 6:23. The three of them did not speak along the way. Tang Yin drove them straight to Yi Mansion. When the butler saw them, he immediately said to Muchichi, "Miss Chi-Chi, young master is waiting for you in the living room." This butler had been in Yi Mansion for many years. Muchichi had seen him many times. But just like how she saw Yi Jingsheng, Muchichi did not have a good impression of him. Muchichi brought Tang Yin and Feng Shanshan through the iron gate of Yi Mansion. Although she was familiar with this place, she would rather not know anyone from the Yi family. The three of them entered the living room. At this time, Yi Jingsheng was pacing back and forth anxiously. When he saw Muchichi, he seemed to see hope. He went forward and grabbed Muchichi's arm. "Chi-Chi, you are Tang Xue's sister. Can't you let her go? You wanted to see me just to say this?" Muchichi asked Yi Jingsheng. Yi Jingsheng regained his senses and saw Tang Yin and Feng Shanshan behind Muchichi. "You even brought Captain Tang here. Do you mind if I look around at home?" Tang Yin took the opportunity to ask Yi Jingsheng. "Captain Tang, do as you wish." Then he dragged Muchichi to his swimming pool and sat on the reclining chair beside the pool. "Are you afraid that I will hurt you? Even if you don't want to hurt me, you have already made a big fuss." "Of course, I will guard against you," said Muchichi. It was in this swimming pool, in this position, that he and Mu Tangxue had pressed her under the water and did not treat her as a human being. And today it was in this swimming pool again. "Chi-Chi, tell me where Tangxue is. As long as you tell me the news, I swear that I will never go against you or frame you again." Yi Jingsheng raised his hand and promised. "Not only that, I will clarify everything. As long as you tell me where Tangxue is. Do you think I need your clarification?" Muchichi curled her lips coldly and said, "You should keep your scheme for yourself. Anyway, I will find evidence one day." "Chi-Chi, why are you so stubborn?" Yi Jingsheng was anxious. "Look, you're Tangxue's sister. How can you control your sister's freedom forever? Don't you think so? Do you still remember this swimming pool?" Muchichi asked Yi Jingsheng. "I'm talking to you about Tangxue now. Do you still remember when you pressed me into this pool to teach Tangxue to swim?" Muchichi pointed at the swimming pool and asked Yi Jingsheng, "I'm telling you about Mu Tangxue too." Yi Jingsheng looked at the pond and then at Muchichi. He couldn't control his emotions. "Tell me where Tangxue is first." "Why should I tell you? Who do you think you are?" Muchichi shouted. "Let me tell you, Yi Jingsheng. We will settle old scores and new scores. Why are you so vicious that you have to hide your sister?" Mu asked. "Tang Xian to Tang Tangxue not. Shall not. Mu Tangxue. Not." Yi Jingsheng quickly stood up, but Muchichi pushed him into the pool. Then Muchichi squatted beside the pool and said, "You want to know where Mu Tangxue is? In your next life, you can hurt me all you want. But Yi Jingsheng, let me tell you, the more you do this, the more I won't let you see Mu Tangxue. Kill me if you dare. Of course, you will never see Mu Tangxue again. I'll take this as revenge for you pressing me into the water when we were young. However, I still remember how you hired people to slander me. I'll let you taste the price you have to pay for hurting me. Since you know I'm vicious, don't provoke me to do something more vicious. Otherwise, Mu Tangxue will suffer 100 times more from me. Do you think you can still do whatever you want me like before?" Muchichi looked at Yi Jingsheng in the water. Her eyes were sharp and firm. The person in front of her was no longer the little girl who was always bullied. "Try touching a single hair of mine again." Yi Jingsheng was shivering in the water. But somehow, he forgot how to speak under Muchichi's threat. Then, the butler came to the pool and said to Yi Jingsheng, Young master, I'll pull you up. You wanted to see me, so I'm here. If there's nothing else, I'm leaving. After all, I have to attend the state banquet tonight. This is a height that your little lover, Mu Tongxue, can never reach in her life. Yi Jingxing walked toward the pool slowly. Then, with the butler's help, he returned to the shore. Young master, I'll get you a towel. Mu Qiqi, if Tongxue is hurt, you will never live a peaceful day in this life. That depends on your ability. Mu Qiqi said meaningfully and turned around. Tang Yin and Feng Shanshan were behind her. Are you done talking? Yes. Mu Qiqi answered as she walked. It's almost 3 o'clock. I have to go home to prepare for the state banquet tonight. After all, I can't disappoint them. Oh, Captain Tang, I suddenly remembered something. When I came to Yi Mansion when I was young, I saw an interesting scene. But let's talk about it when we get back to the police station. What are you keeping us in suspense again? Feng Shanshan asked her softly. When I was young, I accidentally overheard Papa Mu and Uncle Ye's conversation. I think Yi Holdings might be involved in tax evasion. Are you making it up to take revenge on Yi Jingxiang? I just remembered it. Let's report it and see if we can find anything. Mu Qiqi sounded very serious. Moreover, I seriously suspect that Yi Jingxiang is crazy. He's really stubborn about your sister. He's completely unreasonable. Feng Shanshan sighed. If you really offend such a person, you'll be in big trouble. You can't get rid of him even if you want to. Then I won't get rid of him, said Mu Qiqi. I want him to know that even if he tries to stop me, I'll live 100 times better than Mu Tongxue. What if he threatens your safety? Mu Qiqi suddenly remembered what Yi Jingxiang said. Mu Tongxue was so kind. Kind. Now, I really hope that I can find Mu Tongxue and destroy Yi Jingxiang's fantasy. What Yi Jingxiang liked was Mu Tongxue's innocent look. In his heart, she was like a porcelain doll that would break with a touch. So, he tried his best to protect Mu Tongxue. He thought that Mu Qiqi was vicious and threatened Mu Tongxue's safety. However, he was completely wrong. Yi Jingxiang couldn't forget their childhood together. But he had never lived with Mu Tongxue. Mu Qiqi was sure that if Yi Jingxiang got what he wanted, he would know how blind he was in the past. Chapter 624. Yi Jingxiang changed his clothes and walked out of the bedroom. Then, he received a call from Mu Tongxue. Jingxiang, can you come and save me? I'm trapped in the mountains. I don't dare to run around now. Jingxiang, come and save me. Tongxue, I'll call the police now. Tell me where you are. Tell me now. The signal on Mu Tongxue's side was intermittent, but she insisted on telling him an address. Although Yi Jingxiang had never heard of that place, he quickly took his coat and went out when he knew that Mu Tongxue was trapped there. He wanted to call the police. If Sheng Zhao's men were really looking for Mu Tongxue, he must bring the police there as soon as possible. But he did not know that it was an eye for an eye from Sheng Zhao. Since he wanted to use someone who was not from Jianchuan to deal with Xiao Qi, Sheng Zhao would certainly play along with him. Let's look for her in the mountains. It was going to be a stormy night anyway. At 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Mu Qiqi arrived home on time. By then, the dress she had chosen had already been fitted according to her measurements. Mu Qiqi washed away her tiredness and stood in front of the dressing mirror to try on dress. It was a strapless, A-line high-waisted dress. The combination of beige and dark green made her look like a noble lady from medieval France, especially when it was worn by Mu Qiqi. It accentuated her good complexion and liveliness. All right, madam. Chief Sheng will come and pick you up at 6 o'clock. The stylist had even styled her hair into a bun. Her hair was loose and fluffy, making her look even more lively. Thank you for your hard work. Mu Qiqi almost fell asleep. It had been a long time since she attended a formal event with Sheng Zhao, except when she accompanied him to the cocktail party. So, Mu Qiqi was a little nervous when she attended the state banquet this time. After all, the people she was going to meet were not businessmen. They were all big shots who often appeared in the news. At the police station, Feng Shanshan had just sent off the group of haters. It was New Year's Eve after all. Everyone wanted to go home to celebrate the new year. Seeing that the sky was getting dark and there were no other cases, Feng Shanshan looked at Tang Yin. She wanted to tell him that they should go home early so that they could spend New Year's Eve around the fireplace. But the bachelor in the police station invited Tang Yin to have a drink together. Captain Tang, now that the body has been returned and properly buried, Mu Chi-Chi is going to the state banquet. Can we also have a good New Year's Eve? After all, a group of bachelors would be lonely when they go home. You guys go ahead. I still have to keep an eye on the safety of the district, Tang Yin refused directly. No way. Captain Tang, how are you going to find a girlfriend like this? You don't even relax during the New Year. It seems like you don't want to drink, but want to look after the safety of the district with me. When the group of men heard Tang Yan's threat, they immediately changed into their casual clothes. Then we'll go home. Junior sister Shan Shan, do you want to join us? A senior brother deliberately winked at Feng Shan Shan. Feng Shan Shan crossed her arms and shook her head. I'll pass. I have something to do tonight. Fisk's so boring. They left the police station in a hurry. At this time, Tang Yin looked down at Feng Shan Shan and asked, What's the matter? Can't I have something to do? Feng Shan Shan snorted coldly. I thought you would spend the New Year with me. If there's no report, we'll go home. Who wants to go home with you? Feng Shan Shan said proudly. But in fact, both of them knew that they were alone. How could anything happen to them? Feng Shan Shan's only friend now was Mu Chi-Chi. If Mu Chi-Chi went to the state banquet, who else could she look for? Tang Yin knew that Feng Shan Shan did not mean what she said, so he did not say much. He just looked at the rain outside the door and hoped that everything would be fine tonight. At 6 o'clock in the evening, Yi Jingqing finally found a location Mu Tongxue gave him with the police. It took them 4 hours to get to the top of the mountain. However, there was not even a shadow, let alone a person. Yi Jingqing was a rich man's son. He had never been so embarrassed before. It was all thanks to Sheng Xiao. Yi Jingqing couldn't find her, so he called Mu Tongxue. He saved the number, but the voice message told him that the number was turned off. In other words, he couldn't provide any more information to the police about the search. The police prepared to go down the mountain. After all, there was no sign of anyone on the mountain. They could not continue wasting time here. Yi Jingqing's report was just a one-sided story. You can't go. We haven't found the person yet. Chairman Yi, please don't waste our police resources. No one has ever come up here before. Even a man can't survive up there, let alone a woman. There are wild and ferocious beasts in there. It's a new year. Please don't mess with us. Believe me, Co. Yi, I'm really sorry. We have to go down the mountain. The rain is so heavy. I have to think about everyone's safety, said the leading police officer. Yi Jingqing's face darkened. Yi Jingqing's face darkened. He did not believe that there was no one up there. But where was Mu Tongxue? She had sent him the address and said that she was here. She would not lie to him. Could she have been taken away by Sheng Xiao? Thinking of this possibility, Yi Jingqing immediately called Sheng Xiao. But Sheng Xiao's phone was switched off. After all, Sheng Xiao had already left Banyan Courtyard with Mu Chi-Chi and was about to reach the venue of the state banquet. The people attending the state banquet were all big shots. Mu Chi-Chi was very nervous. After all, she was scolded badly yesterday. Wouldn't she be laughed at if she attended such a grand banquet today? Sheng Xiao might have noticed her nervousness, so he held her little fist and said, I thought you were not afraid of anything. It turns out that you have something to worry about. I'm afraid that I will embarrass you, said Mu Chi-Chi. Sheng Xiao pinched her palm and looked at the ring between her fingers. He smiled. You just need to stay by my side. Leave the rest to me. Mu Chi-Chi took a deep breath and tried hard to calm herself down. When they arrived at the entrance of the state banquet hall, she finally knew how big the event was. The guests walked up the red carpet one after another. Sheng Xiao helped Mu Chi-Chi down from the black Rolls-Royce. Because of the handsome man and beautiful woman, they received a lot of attention. However, the big ring between their fingers announced to the world that they had completed the big thing in their lives. They were a couple now. Chapter 6:25. But just as they took out their invitations and were about to enter the banquet hall, Secretary, he stopped Sheng Xiao in the corridor. Excuse me. Sheng Xiao did not let go of Mu Chi-Chi's hand. although he could guess Secretary He's intention. I didn't expect that you would really bring little sister-in-law here. Secretary He, you know that I only have one little thing. I keep holding her in my palm and doting on her. I don't have any other request. I just want to keep her by my side. Sheng Xiao looked at Secretary He seriously. I can compromise on other things, but I want to be stubborn to the end when it comes to church. Secretary He looked at Sheng Xiao and then at Mu Chi-Chi. In the end, he nodded his head. All right, I've also seen little sister-in-law's interview. It's not that I have anything against her or anything else. You have to know that your marriage has not been recognized and protected by the country's laws. Little sister-in-law's identity must be awkward at such an event. Moreover, your looks would decide it. There would be many ladies who would send you signals of interest, and I'm afraid little sister-in-law would be hurt if she's here. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on her. Secretary He could not do anything about Sheng Xiao, and could only do his best to help him. After all, they had known each other for half a year, and he knew what Sheng Xiao valued the most. Mu Chi-Chi held Sheng Xiao's arm without a word. She knew that what Secretary He said was the truth, and it was hard to avoid it. But since she was Sheng Xiao's woman, she would never back down in such a situation. Let's go in. Sheng Xiao led Mu Chi-Chi into the main hall of the state banquet. Inside the hall were all-powerful and influential people. They were either philanthropists or military officers with outstanding achievements. With her current status, being able to enter such a place and witness such a grand occasion was really the most extraordinary experience in her life. Everyone had the entire process of the state banquet in their hands. An hour for the award ceremony, an hour for the performance, and finally the banquet. And the president's attendance would undoubtedly be the climax of the event. Mu Chi-Chi's nervousness was swept away, and there was a hint of anticipation in her heart. Attending such a banquet will give people a sense of honor and responsibility. Mu Chi-Chi murmured. Then, she tilted her head to look at Sheng Xiao's side profile. Under the soft light, his handsome face looked even more dignified. Especially today, he was wearing a dark green suit. His fashion sense and nobility made him stand out among the crowd, making people unable to take their eyes off him. It was precisely because he was eye-catching that he attracted the attention of countless women at the scene. It was just that he already had Mu Chi-Chi by his side. This naturally aroused the jealousy of other women. Isn't that the female lead who's been on the news for the past 2 days? The one who poisoned my sister. That's her. This young lady is a regular on the news headlines. Maybe she has a rebellious personality. With such a background, he dares to appear in such an occasion. Does he really not know his place? The sound of ridicule lingered in his ears. Still, Mu Chi-Chi pretended not to hear anything and did not let Sheng Xiao notice the scheming thoughts between the women. Both of them followed the flow from the banquet hall to the award hall, where the elites of different social classes would be given their awards. Sheng Xiao was one of them. But did she think that Sheng Xiao did not hear it? He could not speak for his little one now, but there would be a great opportunity later. Soon, both of them sat on the chairs below the stage. But the granddaughter of one of the generals was sitting next to Sheng Xiao. She showed an admiring look when she saw Sheng Xiao sitting beside her. But Sheng Xiao simply switched seats with Mu Chi-Chi. You sit here. Before Mu Chi-Chi could understand what was going on, Sheng Xiao had already placed her on the seat and put his hand on the back of her seat, declaring that he had taken possession of her. The beauty beside Mu Chi-Chi immediately showed a provocative look and looked at Mu Chi-Chi. I know you. Hello. Mu Chi-Chi was polite. You're the woman who killed my sister in the news. Mu Chi-Chi knew that she was doing it on purpose when she heard that. She smiled. It seems that you're not well informed enough. I've already clarified the matter this morning. So what? You're just a medical examiner. No, I should say that you're not even a medical examiner. Perhaps I'm worthless in this lady's eyes, but I'm worth $1,000 in my husband's eyes. Am I right, Xiao? Mu Chi-Chi turned around with a smile, retorting as she asked Sheng Xiao. Sheng Xiao held Mu Chi-Chi's head and stroked it. His meaning was clear. She did not have to bother with irrelevant people, and there was no need to explain deliberately. The beauty was furious at that. It was not easy to see a man with a bright future and outstanding looks, but he was going to lose to an inconspicuous girl. It was really unsettling. But because of her identity, she would not continue to trouble Muqiqi. Muqiqi leaned against Sheng Zhao's arm, enjoying his protection. In my eyes, everything you've done has created enough value for this world. Not everyone can be compared to you. Muqiqi could not help but smile at that. I also firmly believe that everything I do is not inferior to others. Silly thing. The girl beside Muqiqi showed a look of extreme disdain as she listened to their conversation. Muqiqi was a country bumpkin. Why do you have to be so sacred? I've already had dinner with the president many times. Isn't it because of your father or grandfather? Muqiqi asked in return. The girl was left speechless. Then what have you done that's valuable? I can learn from you. Although Muqiqi did not like such occasions, she would get used to it. After all, she did not think that she was shameful, nor did she think that she was inferior. Sheng Xiao reminded Muqiqi when he saw that the girl was speechless. Be careful. Don't bully a weakling. I'm going to the washroom. Muqiqi nodded. When she saw Sheng Xiao getting up, she gave the girl on her right a look of thanks. Isn't it just a money grubber? What's so great about that? After hearing that, Muqiqi did not plan to reply. But at that moment, the woman sitting on the girl's right could not help but say to her, Your grandfather has been my grandfather's subordinate for so many years. I haven't even said anything. What are you so proud of? The girl blushed. Sister Ling, I didn't see you sitting beside me. It's clearly an admirable thing for a little girl to be a forensic doctor. Why is it so vulgar when it comes from your mouth? Are you still so narrow-minded after so many years? Sit behind me. I get annoyed when I see you. Chapter 6:26. Then, the girl went to the back seat. It was then that the woman who helped Muqiqi just now responded with a smile and sat beside her. Logically speaking, your grandfather is the chief of the military and your uncle is the mayor of Jianchuan. Your background is no less than that thing just now. Why don't you come out and help yourself? It's not like I'm being troubled. Muqiqi replied. I'm just not used to this kind of occasion. After all, everyone here is either rich or noble. I don't want to cause trouble for my family. My name is Li AI. I'm a few years older than you. You can call me Sister AI. Hello, Sister AI. The one who troubled you just now is the daughter of the Qin family. Her name is Chun Xiao. You should pay more attention to her. She's the only daughter among the 10 or so boys in the family. That's why she's so spoiled. Muqiqi nodded gratefully. However, she did not look at Qin Xiao. To her, as long as it was someone she met tonight, she would not have much interaction with in the future. Therefore, she did not have to deliberately remember them. After a while, Sheng Xiao returned to Muqiqi's side. He frowned when he saw that the woman had moved to the back seat, but he still sat down quietly. What happened? Nothing. Muqiqi tilted her head. The awards ceremony is about to begin. On the stage not far away, the well-known MC spoke wittily, making the atmosphere relaxed and cheerful. Soon, the awards ceremony began. The top 10 influential people of the year, the top 10 outstanding contributors, and the top 10 outstanding youths. It was a national honor. Muqiqi watched with her own eyes as the outstanding people took the stage. She finally understood what it was like to have a family and a country in their hearts. Finally, the top 10 outstanding youths were awarded. Sheng Zhao's name was ranked last because there were the most descriptions about him. Zhongting was born in just a year, but this outstanding talent is invincible in the business world. He transitioned from the diamond and jewelry industry to the military industry. What you don't know is that last year, Zhongting developed as many as 65 new technologies related to military supplies. Among them, 60 have passed the national certification and will be widely used in the military in the future. Not only that, this 28-year-old CEO has also dabbled in the development of many novel fields. He has even begun to research new weapons and has achieved preliminary results. We have reason to believe that Zhongting's future represents strength and confidence. The confidence of our country and ourselves. Muqiqi tilted her head to look at Sheng Xiao. She looked at her man. She really did not expect that he had done so many things in just a year that she did not know about. Mesmerized, Sheng Xiao turned to look at Mu Chi-Chi as well. He knew the look in her eyes. It was the same look she had when she was infatuated with him. Hurry up and get on the stage. The host is calling your name. Mu Chi-Chi quickly reminded him. Sheng Xiao reached out and hugged her. Then, he got up and walked to the podium from his seat. He was one of the few people who had ability, talent, temperament, and good looks. It would not be an exaggeration to describe him as handsome and unruffled. On the other hand, Sheng Xiao had been cynical and dangerous a year ago. Chief Sheng, please come to the front. The host gestured for him to come. And please, let's welcome the presenter. None of the presenters here were simple nobodies. For example, the one who presented the award to Sheng Xiao was the second in command of the military. The audience below the podium knew very well that someone of such status could be sent to present the award to Sheng Xiao. It was clear that his contributions were worthy of respect. Chief Sheng, please speak on behalf of the outstanding youth. As the applause rang out, Sheng Xiao held the trophy and stood in front of the microphone. It's been almost a year. The entire team of Zhongting and I have done a lot of research and experiments. Now, Zhongting finally has infinite possibilities. As the host said just now, I've done 65 studies. 60 of them have passed the test and will soon be put to use in the military. But you definitely don't know why I've put so much effort into trying to change the working environment of soldiers. Not only soldiers, but people in other industries as well. Halfway through, Sheng Xiao suddenly looked at Mu Chi-Chi and pointed a finger at her. Because of my little wife. Ever since she became a forensic doctor, she had to deal with all kinds of corpses every day. There's always an unbearable smell on her. That's why I thought if there's any way to stop her from being troubled by that problem. And because of my understanding of her, I started thinking about various industries. And it's also because of those thoughts that I've put in a lot of research. My wife's existence makes me feel the weight of my responsibility. I also hope that my ability can really be used by society. After hearing that, the host couldn't help asking, Chief Sheng, did you tell your little wife about the research you've done? Sheng Xiao shook his head. She goes to school during the day and interns at the police station at night. Sometimes, she's called out for field work in the middle of the night. I can see that you seem to support her career. At the mention of Mu Chi-Chi, the audience below the podium could clearly feel Sheng Xiao's face softening. She's not just young. She's petite too. But she has a soul. To me, she's my equal. Sheng Xiao answered seriously. A person's true value is to contribute to society. Seeing her little body working hard every day to find a murderer, I, as her husband, would certainly be more disciplined than her. Then it seems that Mrs. Sheng has contributed a lot to Zhongting's greatness. Mu Chi-Chi looked at Sheng Xiao from among the crowd. Sheng Xiao was also among the crowd, looking at Mu Chi-Chi. The couple's eyes were shining like stars. It was fine if others did not understand. As long as they understood each other, they would have the whole world. Then, Sheng Xiao walked down the podium step by step and returned to Mu Chi-Chi's side. Mu Chi-Chi looked at him, her heart softening. You never told me about this. I thought I was just a mischievous burden to you. You never see how much influence you have on me. Didn't I tell you before? You don't have to do anything when you stay by my side. I know how to absorb nutrients from you. Chapter 6:27. It's my way of loving you. Mu Chi-Chi looked down at their entwined fingers and could not help tearing up. I will become a better and more respectable person for you. Naturally, Sheng Xiao's words drew the attention of many in the crowd. Although there were more discussions about Mu Chi-Chi and Mu Tongxue in the beginning, the guests had reason to believe that the woman who could change a man from being feared to being respected by all was not too bad. That was why the guests had more praise for Mu Chi-Chi after the award ceremony. They called her a winner in life. She had such a successful husband, such a perfect love, and such an interesting soul. Even the guests began to use Mu Chi-Chi as a role model in front of their children. They were even much friendlier when they struck up a conversation with Mu Chi-Chi. That was why Sheng Xiao had said those words on the podium. She already had everything, but she still wanted to be a student and a forensic assistant at the same time. That was a resounding slap to the uneducated, rich second generations. Soon, the couple entered the hall where they could enjoy the performances. Since it was a state banquet, the program was a little boring, and the couple spent the entire hour chatting. Then, it was time for the main event, the state banquet. As the guests entered the banquet hall one after another, Secretary, he walked up to Sheng Xiao and clapped him on the shoulder. You scare me so much that I broke out in a cold sweat. But after thinking about it, the main reason is that I did not trust you enough. I thought that young people are impatient, and you are such a hot-blooded man. Still, I think I can rest easy after seeing your performance tonight. You've matured quite a lot, brother. How else would Secretary he entrust me with such an important task? Sheng Xiao chuckled. You're now someone the second in command of the army has taken a liking to. He was just praising you, and soon you won't need me anymore. Secretary, he smiled mysteriously. Still, I know you're a loyal kid, which is why I'm not afraid of you tearing me down. Come, let's find a seat and talk while we eat. The president is here. Did you guys see him? Mu Chi looked into the crowd and saw the person she usually only saw on TV. Now, he was under heavy protection. She was also someone who had met the president. Then, Mu Chi was about to sit down when Li Ai called her from behind. Mu Chi. Mu Chi turned to look at Li Ai, her face clearly puzzled. Li Ai pointed at a certain part of her body in embarrassment, meaning that her relative must have come to ask Mu Chi if she had that thing on such an important occasion. Mu Chi shook her head. This was not the time for her relatives, but she still grabbed hold of a passing waiter and asked him to think of a solution. This could be considered as repaying Lin Wan for helping her out just now. But just as she turned around to sit next to Sheng Xiao, she was suddenly tripped by a passerby. Mu Chi lost her balance and fell to the side. Fortunately, Sheng Xiao caught her in time. Mu Chi blushed as she leaned into her man's arms. What? Do you want to embarrass yourself at the state banquet? Mu Chi shook her head. That's what I'm most afraid of, so I was very reserved the whole night. What are you afraid of? You fell down, but didn't I catch you? At most, we will embarrass ourselves together. When Mu Chi focused her gaze, she realized that Sheng Xiao was holding her hand, while the guests around them were all staring at them with smiles on their faces. Hurry up and sit back down. Brother, if Mu Chi is not young, you would really be laughed at. Secretary, he laughed. But you can't stop little sister-in-law from being young and energetic. It seems that most people can understand you now. I've told you. That's the only treasure I have. Sheng Xiao watched as Mu Chi said that, before resuming his conversation with Secretary He. Just then, Chun Xiao brought her grandfather to Sheng Xiao and Mu Chi's table. From their expressions, it seemed that they did not come with good intentions. Shameless brat, you still have a long way to go. How dare you be so arrogant now? With that, Grandpa Sheng deliberately arranged for Chun Xiao to sit next to Mu Chi. You sit here. I want to see who dares to bully you. Chun Xiao gave Mu Chi a smug look. But Mu Chi did not care about her at all. Sheng Xiao and Secretary, he did not even bother to look at them. Before the state banquet began, the president gave a speech and wished everyone a happy new year. Then, the sound of fireworks was heard outside the banquet hall. This new year had indeed passed with extraordinary significance. 40 minutes later, the banquet was coming to an end. Because they still had to go home for a reunion, the guests began to leave their seats one after another. At this time, the old man of the Chun family walked in front of his granddaughter and said, Jiao Jiao, Grandpa has already helped you vent your anger. Just now, when your Grandpa Lin was talking about those outstanding youths, I directly told him that those people are nothing more than snakes and rats. They are being praised. Don't be angry anymore. Follow Grandpa home. Chun Xiao snorted. Mu Chi knew that the old man was talking to her, but she ignored him. I'm just not used to seeing her. Jiao Jiao, you are a noble person. How can you compare yourself with others? Be a good girl and go home. To Mu Chi, he was just an old man who spoiled his granddaughter. So, she did not respond to his sarcasm. She pretended not to hear it. Mu Chi, are you deaf? With those words, Mu Chi turned around. but Sheng Xiao grabbed her shoulder. Wipe your mouth. Let's go home. All right. The legendary CEO that no one dares to mess with is just SOSO, in my opinion. Chen Xiao continued to cause trouble for them. Old Chun, you are unreasonable. She is not the descendant of a hot-blooded soldier. Sheng Xiao did not even look at Chen Xiao. He said to Grandpa Chun, it's fine if you spoil her at home, but you should know that you can't protect her forever. The more enemies you allow her to make, the more swords she will get stabbed in the future. If you don't teach her well, someone will teach her for you in the future. Old Chun, you have been a soldier all your life. You should understand this, right? I brought my wife here today. I did not provoke Miss Chun. I even tolerated her many times. If you were too aggressive, I don't mind teaching your descendant a lesson for you. After all, I'm still young, am I not? Chapter 628. One arrogant brat. What an arrogant tone. Grandpa Chin snorted. But my granddaughter is born to be pampered. She is not someone that a bunch of merchants like you could compare to. Miss Chin's pampering is only in the eyes of the Chun family. Outsiders might not spoil her as well. After saying that, Sheng Xiao prepared to leave with Mu Chi-Chi. But Chen Xiao took the opportunity to grab Mu Chi-Chi's arm. Don't get too full of yourself. We will meet again soon. Mu Chi-Chi pushed her away when she saw Chen Xiao pestering her. My time is spent with my family and autopsies. Miss Chen, not everyone is as free as you. Just wait and see. With that, Chen Xiao walked in front of Grandpa Chan in a huff. When Grandpa Chan saw that his granddaughter had left, he quickly chased after her dotingly. Mu Chi-Chi shook her head when she saw that. I hope I won't meet such a pampered lady again. Sheng Xiao's lips curled into a smile. Then, he patted the back of Mu Chi-Chi's hand. Let's go home. Since there's nothing else, I'm going home too. Your sister-in-law is rushing me. Secretary, he said to them when Grandpa Chen left. Mu Chi-Chi smiled and waved at Secretary but she could not move her feet. Xiao, wait. We will leave after the other guests have left. Sheng Xiao frowned. What is it? My heels seem to be broken. She almost tripped just now because the heels were too heavy. Sheng Xiao crouched down and found that Mu Chi-Chi's silver heels could no longer walk. So, he bent down and carried Mu Chi-Chi horizontally. Put me down. Mu Chi-Chi struggled when she saw that there were people around them. I've already picked you up. You might as well stay put. Sheng Xiao ignored her resistance and walked out of the banquet hall with her in his arms. There are so many people watching. You were so shameless before, but now you're so thin-skinned. Mu Chi-Chi lowered her head and buried it in Sheng Xiao's arms. Then, an attendant draped a black coat over Sheng Xiao, and he carried Mu Chi-Chi into his black limousine. In the VIP lounge on the second floor of the state banquet, the president saw the young couple leaving and thought it was a little interesting. He said to the secretary beside him, "This is a pair of loving young people." "Yes, but they are not husband and wife yet. Miss Mu is still too young, so they can't register yet. Are you also complaining that the marriage law stipulates that the age is too high?" "I didn't say anything." The secretary quickly shut up, although this was what he thought in his heart. When the bell rang for the new year, Sheng Xiao and Mu Chi-Chi were on their way home. Mu Chi-Chi lay on Sheng Xiao's lap, watching the fireworks bloom in the sky. So beautiful. Such an atmosphere is perfect for champagne and kisses. Sheng Xiao stared at Mu Chi-Chi's little head, his long right hand resting on her shoulder. Mu Chi-Chi turned her head to look at Sheng Xiao. She threw away her shoes, propped herself up, and looked at the man. "Do you want a kiss? I'll give it to you now." Sheng Xiao did not move at first, pretending to be calm. But when Mu Chi-Chi really got close, he directly hooked his arm around the little one's neck, ready to teach her a good lesson in the car. In front, the driver could not see the situation at the back because he was separated. So, the two people in the car were even more unscrupulous. It was the most beautiful fireworks to be watched with the most important person. Amidst the sounds of the fireworks, there were ambiguous moans. On the other side, Tang Yin and a few police officers on duty were on duty until midnight. When Feng Shanshan and the others were tired, they directly lay down in the autopsy room. When Tang Yin went in and saw her, he could not help but hold her in his arms. It was so cold in here. Was he not afraid of catching a cold? Feng Shanshan was a light sleeper. When she felt her body being moved, she opened her sleepy eyes and looked at Tang Yin. Seeing that it was someone she trusted, she closed her eyes again and fell asleep in Tang Yin's arms. There are fireworks outside. Do you want to join us? After that, we'll go home. Feng Shanshan did not move for a long time. Tang Yin thought that she had fallen asleep again. But a minute later, Feng Shanshan tried her best to open her eyes. Let's go. When they reached the courtyard, Feng Shanshan woke up. This was because this thing was something that her parents had touched before their divorce. How many years had it been? In her heart, she had always felt that fireworks were something that only people with a whole family were qualified to set off. So Shanshan hasn't gone back yet? Come and set off fireworks with your senior brothers. Feng Shanshan laughed and ran over. Tang Yin looked at Feng Shanshan from afar. He did not join in, but when he saw Feng Shanshan smile, he felt a trace of warmth in his heart. Perhaps this winter was not as cold as before, or perhaps it was because he had a lover. Captain Tang, you come too, the people in the team called out. Tang Yin shook his head and refused decisively. You guys go ahead. Junior Shanshan, hey, do you not have a lover? That's why you're still here in the middle of the night with us bachelors. I do, Feng Shanshan replied naturally. My partner happens to be a workaholic. He doesn't have time to accompany me during the new year, so I was forced to stay here and set off such boring fireworks with you guys. That's too unromantic, isn't it? How could he have such a cute girlfriend like you? That's right, girlfriend? All right, it's about time. I'll send her back. You guys pack up and go home for the new year. When Tang Yin heard those 3 words, he could not bear the throbbing in his heart. So he gave Feng Shanshan a look. Captain Tang, Happy New Year. After the two of them waved at Tang Yin with a smile, Tang Yin left with Feng Shanshan. However, when she saw Tang Yin driving, Feng Shanshan reminded him subconsciously, we're not in a hurry to go home. You don't have to drive so fast. You're not in a hurry, but I'm in a hurry. After saying that, Tang Yin continued to speed up and returned to the house in the shortest time possible. However, the house was a mess because of Feng Shanshan's knocking. There was no way to go in now. My key is at your house, Feng Shanshan asked helplessly. Where's your key? Regardless of the key, Tang Yin drove the off-road vehicle into the courtyard. Then he adjusted his seat and pulled Feng Shanshan onto his lap. Do you want it? Feng Shanshan felt that looking at this man in the dark seemed to be more attractive. So, how could she resist the temptation of this man? Yes. Chapter 629. As soon as she finished speaking, Tang Yan's kiss was like a shower. In the car, under the fireworks, the two of them hurriedly took off each other's clothes and joined together in the most primitive way. At this moment, Feng Shanshan felt that whether it was her body or her heart, she was most satisfied at this moment. There's no condom in the car. Tang Yin did not say anything. He took out a small box from the storage box in the car. Who would believe that the brave and upright Officer Tang has such a dangerous side to him? This is a gift from the underwear I bought last time. It's been 2 years, and it hasn't been opened, Tang Yin explained, his breathing unstable. Then it hasn't expired yet. Tang Yan's eyes emitted extreme danger. So, he did not give Feng Shanshan a chance to continue talking. He just deeply occupied her and then brought her into the storm. After everything calmed down, the two of them were sweating. Tang Yin picked up his coat and put on Feng Shanshan's bare back. Only then did he gradually relax. You're really strange. You're under my control, and you sleep with me, but you never talk about feelings. You just follow whatever I say. Is this considered advancing by retreating? Being with me for a long time won't end well, Tang Yin said seriously. My personality is unstable. I don't have the concept of family in my bones, and I rarely have time to accompany my partner. So, I never take the initiative to talk about feelings with women. After listening to this, Feng Shanshan could understand everything about this man. I'm a little cold. Let's go home. Tang Yin could not promise anyone or be stable. He was such a man. He would not change himself for anyone. He was a man of iron bones. But the thing that Feng Shanshan was most attracted to about him, other than his body, was his ego. Because of this, many thoughts suddenly flashed through Feng Shanshan's mind. The scariest thing was none other than one. She actually wanted to maintain this kind of relationship with Tang Yin for a long time. She could even be his girlfriend, because that way, she could prove to him that she was different from his previous girlfriend. Not everyone could not stand loneliness. Not everyone could not keep their loyalty. Then, Tang Yin carried Feng Shanshan into her house. Everything in her house was simple. The only thing that wasn't simple was the 2-meter-wide bed. After the shower, the two of them lay on the bed. There was no study room or other space for Tang Yin to escape. This was the first time the two of them were lying together in a sober state. I'll be your woman until we can't stand each other anymore. Then we'll separate. Feng Shanshan hugged Tang Yin from behind and said, "Go and do your thing. I won't stop you, nor will I interfere with you or complain about you. I only have one request. No matter where you go, let me know in advance. Don't disappear for no reason. I'll be satisfied." Similarly, you don't have to worry about what I want to do. I can't guarantee anything. The only thing I can guarantee is that when I'm with you, I won't pester other men. Tang Yin listened quietly and did not speak for a long time. This made Feng Shanshan feel uncertain. How is it? Do you agree or not? Tang Yin did not answer directly. Instead, he grabbed Feng Shanshan's hand as a silent nod. Then, let's make a deal. From the first day of the new year, we're a couple. Silly. In fact, Tang Yin thought to himself. From the moment she asked him to care about him, he had already made up his mind. The only good thing about the two of them being together was Feng Shanshan was a forensic doctor and he was a police officer. So, they did not need to not see each other for 3 to 5 days, and Feng Shanshan could understand his work. Even so, I still hope that you can keep our relationship a secret. I don't want it to be too embarrassing when we break up in the future. Although Tang Yin did not think that they would break up, he still agreed to Feng Shanshan's request. What if he sacrificed himself one day? That night, all the houses were lit up. Everyone was reunited, including the Liu family. Lin Muan also took a break and returned to the Liu family to spend a warm new year with Liu Qianqian. But on the eve of dawn, Liu Qianqian found that the man who was supposed to be sleeping beside her was standing by the bed, deep in thought. She thought about it and felt that Lin Mu and might still be missing everything about the Lin family. Do you want me to go back with you to take a look? Hearing Liu Qianqian's voice, Lin Mu and turned around and was a little apologetic. Did I wake you up? I can't sleep well without you by my side. Liu Qianqian got up and hugged Lin Mu from behind. Although I know that your grandfather will not accept me, I really don't want you to have any regrets in the depths of my heart. Why don't I go back with you tomorrow and secretly take a look? Lin Mu held Liu Qianqian's hands and shook his head. Wait until I have some achievements. Then I can stand tall. Liu Qianqian sighed. She felt that the grandfather and granddaughter were really too stubborn. In fact, they had wasted a lot of time to accompany and understand each other. Could it be that she had not shown enough kindness? During this period of time, whenever the Lin family needed help, she would secretly lend them a hand. Even when old Master Lin was hospitalized or other matters, she would bear all of them. Perhaps her fawning actions were still beneath old Master Lin's notice. So, she could only be patient and continue waiting. Go to the police academy is really too slow. I really want to enter the society directly, then make a career and marry you. Even a capable person like the great CO can only be a real husband and wife when Mu Chi is of age, right? So, we are not in a hurry. Lin Mu sighed and smiled. I am in a hurry. Their heads gradually leaned against each other. It was a warm night for the two of them. It seemed that the only person who did not have a good time tonight was Yi Jingxing. After the police retreated, he continued to look for Mu Tongxue on the mountain. But he did not even bump into a wild animal, let alone a human. In the second half of the night, he fainted on the mountain. In the end, He had to rely on the police to save him. He almost froze to death on the mountain. This made Mr. and Mrs. Ye's heart ache. This child was too infatuated. Father, why don't we tell Jingsheng that we know where Mu Tongxue is hiding? Then, he won't have to continue looking for her. Look at how much effort he has put in to find her. But, are you willing to let Mu Tongxue become your daughter-in-law? Papa Yi asked. Mama, Yi shook her head. I was afraid that the child would become like this. So, I planned to get rid of Mu Tongxue before he came back. But, I didn't expect him to be so stubborn. Mu Tongxue doesn't have him in her heart. You're tuning in to the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.